Can I just say how crazy that is? Y'all say hi to Janet before you say hi to me. Damn. I get it. I get it. I know the hierarchy. I understand. It's because she answers right away and keeps track of her sentences, right? Is that what it is? I get it. I get it. Hi, Dolly. Hi, Books. Hi, Maritime. Hello, hello. You're back? I am back. I said I'd be back. I do follow through on what I say sometimes. Most of the time. Usually. Honestly, if I ever cancel stream, it's usually, I'll let Discord know. And then I don't usually say it anywhere else. Forgot when you said it's all good. That's why I plaster my schedule everywhere. I throw it on Twitter and Blue Sky and Discord. I even set it as my offline screen because I'm like, hey, you caught me offline. Here's when I'm going to be back. Other than that, I have no idea where to put it. No clue. I will say Twitch's scheduling feature, garbage. Hate it. I use it very little, but I do use it as best I can, but it sucks. It's not good. It wouldn't be so bad if it could like maybe integrate with some stuff, but it just kind of sits there on your page, and that's it. Doesn't really do much. It's annoying. But how we doing? How we doing? Books. Okay, question. Were you in the Discord lately? Because did you see how the mains bulletin went in reverse? Because holy shit. I've been trying out this Lucy team, this Lucia, Mercuria, Flutterpage, and Fatutu team, and holy crap. I did a 1.3 mil damage on mains bulletin. That's insane. Considering a triple S score is 850,000 and up, yeah, 1.3 mil, and I'm like, whoo. And bosses being mean, but other than that, good. I feel like that's a lot of people's woes. Where's Recoleta? Not here, because we skipping. We getting Ulrich. We getting Ulrich so we can have the Laplace team. Yeah, that's why I'm building Ezra. Though I have noticed I've been neglecting my what's the latest type? The purple one, the one not the Lucy one. What's the other one? Whatever Mercuria is, that. I've been neglecting those characters because I think she's actually the only one that's built is Mercuria. I need to build Isolde and I need to build Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday. I need to build them. I did. Also, Spirit, thank you. I'm like, I don't think it's intelligence. I think that's the other one. Yeah, that's the one. Because yeah, I'm saving for Ulrich. Ulrich is free, I've been told. Ulrich is free, so that's great. But I'm also waiting for Nautica, which is the same patch as far as I'm aware. So either way, I'm saving. Because Nautica is apparently insane. She is the one who I think, based on this spreadsheet that I wish I could remember who gives me things. Whoever gave me the spreadsheet, it's very thorough. Nautica is the only character in the game on the Chinese server that has a 10 out of 10 score for flexibility. And so I'm like, well, that's a must pull. A mains bulletin with 37, Liang Tooth Variant, Argus. Nice. See, Argus is another one that I've slept on, and I need Argus and Kakania especially I need to get. What game you're going to be playing, but I'm excited. It's Reverse 1989. For those who don't know, it's a visual novel style. It is turn-based, but it's almost more like the combat is almost like puzzles. So like it's a bit of RNG, but you have like cards, and depending on what sequence you play it in, your characters and the enemy will have different mechanics. Yeah, but it's a visual novel. Yeah. So it's the main concept is like, you know how in 1999 there was a whole Y2K thing? In this world, when the turn of the century came the storm, which is this basically just like a thunderstorm, except the rain reversed time. It if you weren't an arcanist, aka someone with arcane ability, that's a very rare type of person basically, you got reversed. And so recently we've discovered in the story that we thought people had been dying in the storm, like just being erased essentially. But now one of the latest chapters has kind of unraveled that no, people are instead being kind of like shuffled around timelines. Rather than just like disappearing, which is interesting. Yeah, no, I'm not planning on Recoleta. Also, because I have Melania, haven't built her. She's not high on my priority list. Because I have a lot of beasts. Otherwise, she's just not up there. eventually, but not up there. So Recollect is going to be definitely a later, maybe which comes back, or maybe even the second time. Demo of a game I want to play now. Ooh, which one? Because I found a few too, because I watched Dahlia's stream on, was it Saturday? The Wholesome Direct. Holy shit. Lots of games. Actually, speaking of, let me pull that up. Because I wanted to run some of these by you, because I'm going to be so honest. I'm thinking in August we might do an indie game theme month, because there's a lot of games I'd like to try, and a lot of them are fairly cheap where I can grab them all at once. Hi Jill, how you doing? I came in honorary mineral instead of a beast. Oh, noted. No, wait, is she a mineral? Why did I think she was a beast? Oh, you know what? Is she a mineral? No. Yes? Huh. Also, sorry, give me 1 second. All these Steam notifications need to go away. You're covering chat. Dollmare yesterday I've been having fun with. Oh, a game. Got it. Oh. All she's used is as a Recollect, a buffer, and a mineral weak stages. I have a few other teams that have like potential for her, but she's also lower on the list. Like I have other options. She's mineral? That's so weird, because I'm thinking like of the two, because her and Pickles came out together. Of the two, you'd think there would have been at least one beast. You know, especially Pickles. But no. Dispatch plays an extra superhero. Wait. Okay, I want to wait. Let me grab that one. I want to put that on my list, because there was another one that came up that's similar to that, and it was, oh, let me find it. The Bureau of Fantastical something and Arcane Agency or something like that. It's, you're there to like make the game functional and that they meet code and stuff. I thought that was so funny, and it looks so good. The Bureau, oh, what is it called? Of Fantastical and Arcane Affairs. That's the one. So that's on my wish list. Let me grab Dispatch, because that sounds funny too. She is beast. Oh, better use. She's mineral. What the fuck? Whoa, we're not listening to it. Oh, they have a live right now. Dispatch. Okay, I'll add it to my wish list too, because then I can remember to play the demo. I added a few, but let me run through these, because some of them are some of them I'm very excited about. One of them I especially want to play with Dahlia, because when it came up I was like, yo. And it's called Haunted Paws. It's not on Steam, I don't believe. I think it's opening alpha testing through their site, so I signed up to see if I can get into that. Yeah. What else did we get here? Is this seed taken? So I saved that because it looked like a cute little puzzle game that would be kind of really good when we are in that kind of this kind of mood when we do in nights like this, where it's just chatting and also just playing, not mindless games, but ones where it's like, okay, we're having fun. And then it's like, okay, hold on, pause the conversation. I need to lock in to get through this. Make a Room, which is just like the interior design game that was shown. It's basically like a cute version of sim build mode without any of like the life simulator part, which, let's be honest, it's the least fun part. Talking about the Recollect who's mineral. Oh no, I thought we were talking about Melania. That's what I was like, what? I also saved Let's Build a Dungeon, which is basically the entire game. It's a game dev sim. Like it starts off as if you're playing the game, only to come out and be like, no, it turns out you're beta testing this game that you're developing, and there's a whole like opposite side to it. And I'm like, oh, this is gonna be good. And then what else do we get? Winter Burrow, which is just like a little, it's actually, I think it's a survival game if I remember right, but its art style was really cool. It looks like a little storybook and you're playing like a little mouse. And I just thought it was really beautiful. And I'm like, okay, well, that's gonna be something where I want to get emotionally wrecked. So I added that to the list. But yeah, that's the list that I'm working with now. So there's a couple things I get to try. That's what I think August might look like. You hire more people as you, but yeah, exactly. And I don't know if the actual game itself is co-op or not. I'm not sure. It sounded like it was at first, but then as I went through more of its trailer, I'm like, maybe not. It was hard to tell. So we'll see. But let me get the game window open. Actually, let me get reverse actually started because it's not even open yet. We're gonna get into more of the story today because we haven't touched the new main story yet. So bear with me because it's going to be a lot of narration and my voice only go so far, so we're gonna see how it goes. I do have a hydrate with me, so I should be okay, but just in case. That goes there. That is too large. I was gonna turn off the music because it is fully voiced. And if you are unfamiliar with Reverse 1989 and its voice acting in this game is fucking amazing. So good. Accents, different languages, like they, not just like different language packs for the actual voice acting, like if you go to a different region, they speak that language. It's really cool. Or even little sidestep, like, so Matilda, for example, is a character who is, her first language is French. When she talks to other characters, she's speaking English with an accent. But when she's talking to herself, when it's like an inner monologue and we other players hearing it, she's speaking actual French, which is, it's a little, they're very good at little details in this game. It was actually really cute, was it? I'm gonna be so honest, Books. I did the thing where you played and skip and get all the rewards. Because I was like, I'm not doing this. I need the stuff. I'm not doing it.
I don't touch garlic, carrots, celery,
I'm so
broccoli,
sorry.
green
I'm
peppers,
a liar.
Not even mustard.
Let me know if the game's too loud, isn't it? I can't really tell.
That junk has got to be bad for your
How's
health.
that? Is that better? Hopefully it's not too loud. Hopefully it's not too quiet. You guys let me know. Okay. There's a few things I just need to get out of the way first. I got a new mutant, guys. I got the bird. I got the bird, that's the word. If it opens. Hello? There we go. So now I'm working on the Cartuncle. Because I found out that you can get the Cartuncle shiny version with a gift box instead of a cardboard box. Hi, Lord. Hello, hello. Welcome in. How are you? Can I see it? And at least then it's a cheaper one too. The bird cost a lot to do because it was a 6-star. So every time I wanted to breed it to try and get the shiny, it was an extra, like, you know, 10 keys instead of 1. Too much. The Forward 1999 game? Not so much forward yet, I don't think. Actually, you know what? We haven't been quote unquote forward in a long time. When was the last time, guys, when we saw 37? Like on the island? Was that the last time? I say quote unquote forward because there's never really a forward, but you know what I mean. Also, hold on. Can I move me? My position on here is where it was for date everything, and I just want to... There we go. I'm debating if I want to be bigger, but that's fine. We're trying to get a good deal. None of these are really great. I feel like these are sucking again. Do you remember when they did the patch update and these were all like really great numbers? I feel like they've gone to crap again. I don't know what's up with that. I always read them, gives me more story on a character. That probably doesn't surprise you though. No, that's fair. I mean, that's what they're for. I just don't, I don't know the time. I don't know. I used to really love reading like character lore, but I don't know. I have a hard time getting through it sometimes. Even Love in Deep Space, unless it's Silas or Zane, I don't fucking care. I have a hard time with Raph, but like, I don't know. I think it really just depends on the story. I find it's taking a lot to really like keep my attention. Maybe I can blame TikTok for that. I don't know. Wow. Did I really just screw myself here? All right. I guess we're just going to leave it at that. And I don't think I'm going to train today. I think I'm just going to leave it as is. But this is the bird I got. Look at it. Up. I'm going to walk. Druvis. We're looking at stuff. Hold on. Look at the bird. Look how like magical that looks. Looks like Kevin from Up. Look at that. So pretty. Or she yap about Mateo? Unrelated? No, that's fair. I know a lot of people on TikTok are finally going crazy about Mateo. They've all found him. I think we're all just finding the same characters at the same time. I think I'm probably mostly done with Date Everything until it's out next week. Largely because I don't want to... Oh, shit, a triple S. Fuck. Mostly because I don't want to... meet everybody. I want to leave some of it for a surprise on the day of. You know what I mean? And they've given us so much for a demo, which is actually kind of crazy. That's fair. Recollect I really loved, so of course I binged through it. That's right. You know what books? I would this is gonna sound so fucking corny. I would rather you tell me the highlights, your favorite parts of it, and like I'd rather just hear your spark notes of it. One, because I know you enjoy it, and two, you're gonna give me the most important parts, so I don't have to read all the fluff. You know what I mean? So if you want to tell me all about it, please do. I want to hear all about it. But that is Kevin if you added like a Pokemon element, right? Is Kevin, well, actually, more like a robot element, yeah, because his legs are, yeah, their legs are telescopic, yeah. So he's done. I gotta go lock him, actually. I don't think I locked it in the warehouse. I might have, maybe not. Did I? Was I smart enough to? Oh, there he is. Oh, I did lock him. Okay, good for me. I see it, and I see the mouth, and all I hear is, note, note! So yeah, now we're working on the Cartuncle, because once I get a shiny version of this guy, instead of the cardboard box, it's going to be a present, like a wrapped present on top of his head instead. But we're getting there. I have almost one of every kind. I checked. I didn't realize the handbook keeps track of which ones you have shinies of. Are you up here? If you have a shiny, it'll have a little flick. So I have all but one of the 6 stars. I need the 6-star done. The carbuncle genus. I got the dodo. I got the axe. I think I accidentally got rid of my orange bunkle and I fucked up because I need to breed them again to get one to start that. But I got the grouse. I don't have the carbuncle. I need that. Got the fish. Got the snail. Got the carbuncle genus. Got the crab. So I'm working on the Cartuncle because it's the only thing I'm missing now for this bottom portion. Yeah. And the pea shooter from yeah. The pea shooter. So accurate though. What? What part of what? I don't understand the question. I don't know if that was supposed to be on another chat or what. From Tangia. Oh, sorry, what? From Tangia. Wait, what do you mean? I haven't had anybody use Tangia yet, to be totally honest. As far as I know, it's just, it's inputted on here, like it should show up. And then I have like a thing on there, but what part of chat? I don't know. What do you mean? No. Now I'm mildly concerned that I missed something when I set it up. Because now I'm like, what do you mean? Should I be turning that off? Am I about to have like a dick on my head? What do you mean? Now I actually wanna look because I haven't seen it from the user side. I've only ever seen the site. Hold on, let me open up my phone. I'm curious. How does it show up on here? So if I go in, like, does it fake Pixar movie posters with it? Wait, what do you mean? Hold on. let me see from your side what you're talking about. So if I hit Tangia, yeah. Tangia interactions loading. Oh, what is that? Okay, here's what I hate about Tangia right now. What is that? I didn't add half of these. They load you up with a bunch of like preset shit where I had to like go in and actively remove. These say new. AI image. No, I don't want AI shit. Hold on. Ugh, that's frustrating. Good question though. Thank you for pointing that out because I have no idea. They load you up with a bunch of this like, not basic starter stuff, but yeah, basic starter shit basically. And it's like, I didn't want that. I just want like the funny haha ones, like the SpongeBob and shit. That's what I want. The ones I understand because I'm old. You know, those ones. Let's see. Interactions, yeah. Yeah, no, I don't want that. I don't want that. I didn't add that. No. What are there any other ones on here that I didn't fucking add? Let's see. I don't know what that is. The neat is mine. That's definitely mine. That's silly mine. Oh. What? Why did they add those two? Because they're both of the same type. I wonder if they were just newly added? Yeah, I don't know what any of this means. Delete. Continue. I don't want... No. Anyway. Thank you for pointing that out, Lord. There should be now the ones that I actually added. That should be it. You'll notice that most of them have the wholesome tag, because that's what I trust. Alright, books, hit me with it. What do you got? Someone found Recoleta working and told an... Whoa, sorry. I watched him disappear in real time. And told an editor about her and her story. They meet and begin a friendship as she's offering advice on changes needed, and Recoleta not wanting to change to match much of her story. At the end, Recoleta inspires the editor to open her own agency. Recoleta book finally gets published, and the inscription to the editor is dedicated to the editor and a friend finally. Oh, okay. So it's like, it's just your standard, like, author wanting to get published story. Okay. I find that one is done almost a lot. Is that all I needed to get the rest? Yes. Okay, cool, great. Ed and Eddie referenced it. I don't even know Ed and Eddie, I don't think. Hold on, let me Google that. Maybe I do. I'm trying to remember if that's the one. Wait, that might be the one. Yeah, okay, wait. Okay, I'm not gonna say that wasn't from my generation, because it absolutely was. It's not one I watched. Not one I watched. So I wouldn't get a lot of the jokes. I'd miss out on that one. I was more of a, Hey Arnold. Cat Dog, you know, that kind of shit. Nickelodeon, I guess. If we're looking at animated. I didn't even watch a lot of SpongeBob, but SpongeBob's one of those ones that, like, permeates the internet to the point where, like, you kind of just know by existing, you know what I mean? Like, you're around so many other people that get it, and you see the jokes, you get the context. Invader Zim, things like... There might be. I know, like, another one. I know of Invader Zim, but it was not my thing. You know what I would love to see is, like, Arthur. I need that shaking fist. I swear to God, when the mainstream, like, internet found Arthur and made him a thing, I was like, yes, it's my time. It is my time. Who was I building? He sold.
Please, have a seat. You'll always feel at ease in my room, no matter the time.
What was I working on for her, though? Was I leveling? I was doing... Must have been. I have nowhere near enough money for any of this. Okay, cool. Do I need energy for the main story? Like, should I be saving, or can I just blow this and have it load up while we play? Let me check.
Green peppers.
So sorry, Lord. I feel like I'm like a failure of my generation right now because no. Does it help if I say I was Canadian? So that might change the things I was able to watch. I watched a lot of like YTV. That kind of stuff. We didn't get a lot. Unless it was like Disney Channel, we didn't get a lot of the other stuff. Yeah, Angel Anaconda! Yes! Okay, yeah, now we're talking! That I know. Oh my God, yes, Miss Ninny Poo. I remember. Oh my God, good shit. I remember they had a whole short right before the Digimon movie. Yeah. That should have been way more unsettling than it was, but for some reason, the art style worked. Oh my God, I wonder if they have Angel Anaconda on there. That'd be fucking great. Cartoons from the mid 2000s. Okay, let's go. Yeah. Okay. Now you're hitting my range. Yeah. Hi, Type. How you doing? Angel Woman. Yeah, like 16. I know that entire theme song. Yes, you're speaking my language. One I did not get into, though, I will say, even though it had a very similar, I think it had almost the same design team or dev team, whatever. was Total Drama Island. I never got into that one. But I hear it's like crazy. Stoked? I don't know Stoked. Ooh, I don't know that one. I bumped 6 down a notch and it's my favorite character. It is my favorite character now. Wow, 6. Wow. A ton of the 90s, early 2000s cartoons. Canadian ones, though. Canadian ones. One about the server people. Server people. Wait, is that what that was called? I remember that. I'm old. Don't worry about it. I'm old too. Don't worry. That's why we have an emote for it. Hold on. Where's the panda? Where's the panda? There it is. That one. The Weekenders. I still have that theme song play in my head sometimes. The Weekenders was good shit. I'm trying to think like what else. I also just noticed there's just a D20 chilling behind my head. Hold on. What is it? What is up with this? Look at. Why is there just a D20? I mean, I guess we're about to find out. Wait, is there actually kind of like a D&D element to this? Because do you guys remember when I said that when they unveiled the garments, it kind of had like a D&D vibe? Okay. Sorry, I'm gonna stop speculating. We're just gonna get into it. Rocket power. Wait. Yes, rocket power, and why that one makes me think of As Told by Ginger. That was one too. You know which one I never watched, but I see on TikTok all the fucking time now is Brace Face. All the time. So you know what's wild is if you are Canadian or if you know enough about Canadian television, you know about YTV. What's really wild is, so I was raised by YTV. Like that was like my after school show. I shouldn't say show, it was a program. Like they did all the programming. But that was my thing, that was my channel, you know? The Calm Thornberries, yeah. Yeah, the Wild Thornberries, yeah. Those ones. We still have the Donnie sound. Yeah. I went to college and we go in and we're being introduced to our profs, and our program director at the time stands up and he says, "Hi, I'm," his name, "I was the producer for YTV from this year to this year." And I'm like, oh my God, this man raised me. This man made the programming of my entire childhood. Huh. No, I just had like a really moment sitting in that chair being like, holy shit. Like Johnny Test. Wait. I know which one you're talking about. I didn't see a lot of episodes. That's one of the ones where I would like catch an episode or two, but I've never actually followed it. Coming through the chapter, I think they also have the D&D Garment series. Okay, it is a D&D Garment series. See, chat was trying to tell me that I was crazy. They were like, it does look kind of D&D. They're trying to like placate me, and I'm like, I'm telling you, this looks like D&D. It's the same font. And they're like, no. What? I'm like, okay, sure. And I was like, oh, whatever. I'll probably forget by the time we get to it. And I did until I saw that. And I was like, oh, maybe I'm right. Anyway, let's get into this. Sorry, I'm always really bad for yapping and not getting through any of the story, and to the point where people make fun of me for it. So let's actually do some of the story while I still have a voice. Poulet et dérision. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. I'm probably butchering the French. The Elf Lepera and Knight Erica is very classic, right? That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So the Platonic year whirls out new right and wrong, whirls in the old instead. All men are dancers, and their tread goes to the barbarous clang of a gong. Beats 1919. It's the final days of March, and the daylight hours, and they're really gonna whip that name out like first. Ushiaya? Someone help me. Are shrinking away. Past the busy season, the city is faded and quiet. At this moment in a cafe at the end of the world, conversation and laughter are sealed within an airtight glass dome. A few years ago, I worked as a forest ranger at a campsite in... Can you guys hear this? I barely can. Mexican surrealist poet. Oh, okay. He was especially grateful that I was there. Some animals had wandered into the campground, and I drove them off for him. It wasn't a big deal, really. Ushuaia? Okay, noted. Thank you. As a token of gratitude, he elucidated this strange story to me, one that happened in a Sonoran desert town called... They're gonna kill me. Amalfitano, back in 1975? The people are adhered to a most unorthodox belief, which centered on the diet Babylon. Ooh. One day, a researcher with a suitcase arrived in town. She came to study their local customs. An unsurprising reason for a learned intellectual to appear in a remote desert settlement. Ooh, a retelling.
But little did she know, this dusty old town and its peculiar custom would lead her down an entirely unexpected path.
Hold on. Sorry to interrupt, Recoleta. Does this researcher have a name?
Do you think it's Vert?
She could be Nora, Joanna, or Teresa.
Or is it her?
Any name, really.
I always call her mom, but the doctor.
I feel like you want people focusing on this story, not keeping track of who's who.
Confusion and shock intertwine on the storyteller's face.
Thank you for your advice. But she isn't a Nora, or a Joanna, or a Teresa. She's just herself.
Yeah,
A
too loud, right?
parapathology researcher.
You see that look? She's halfway to eating you alive. Face it, Maria. She wouldn't be the loca we know if she listened to anyone.
Alright. So you didn't like the opening. Fine. I'll come up with something.
She's
new.
really pretty.
Maybe
Her
I'll
eyes
start
are
with a bit of
gorgeous.
exposition on the Die of Babylon, beginning with its origins as a secret relic created by an Aztec priest, imprisoned by the conquistadores.
Watch Randy Cunningham Ninja Cartoon? I did not. The mysterious Die's origins never get a continuation, as her story is interrupted a second
I don't know
time.
if that's going to do much, hermana. I'm beginning to think we'll never figure out what you're trying to say with this novel.
Well, not if you keep fucking interrupting her.
And, well... and this isn't your fault.
Uh-huh. Love when they start with that.
Boss, just tell her, Maria. We're going back to Buenos Aires.
De vuelta a Buenos Aires? De repente, así?
All of a sudden, just like that?
Pancho, Maria, what's going on? Did I do something wrong during our travels?
Why are you ditching me? The startled storyteller eyes her companions of the last 2 months, searching for reasons.
See, I know what it is. I've bored you with my constant rambling over this novel.
I mean...
No, Recoleta. It's got nothing to do with your novel.
Don't you get it? We're flat broke.
Oh, well,
Why do
he's
you
straight
think
to the
we're
point.
Stuck here scrubbing tables.
The man slams his damp washcloth on the table to emphasize his point. His voice breaks the illusion of silence in the cafe.
Because we can't pay for all the mate we've been drinking.
That wasn't a question, Regoleta. We've crossed the continent, crashed the readings of all those prestigious poets, and lived the way a real artist should. And, I admit it, it's been just as amazing as you promised. But we can't go on living like this.
You know that we both care about you, and we believe in your novel too. I'd be lying if I said this journey meant nothing to me. Getting to ride around the continent on a motorcycle like Che Guevara himself?
So
I
specific.
never could have imagined I'd get the chance to go on an adventure like this. We got to live the dream.
A real dream.
What they're saying is
Except
their
for those
story is
days
done,
when the
Recoleta.
motorcycle broke down. Though that was a real tribute to Che's journey too.
Don't tease, Pancho. Recoleta, since you invited us to join the Visceral Realists, we've both found amazing new ways to channel our inner poetry.
Visceral Realists.
Even though I still don't understand what in the world you're trying to say.
Why does that
with
name
your
ring a
novel,
bell?
Or for that matter, what visceral realism actually is.
Why does that name ring a bell? Did that come up before?
You told us not to worry about the definitions, to feel and
Is
to
it too
live
loud or
in
too
our
quiet,
words.
books? Or is it good?
We did just as you said, and it felt great. but
She looks at it. Oh, okay. Snow falls from the dimming sky. The season is shifting. Soon, gray and white will blanket the colorful houses of this desolate land.
ahora el
Con
frío
yarn?
del
Okay, cool.
invierno se instala.
The only things you
Lo
seem to care
único que
about is that
parece
little fictional
importante
town.
es ese pequeño pueblo
Okay, cool, cool,
ficticio.
cool. The storyteller sinks back against their accusations, searching for words.
I appreciate your honesty, amigos. I was worried the problem was much worse than all that. Winter here isn't as dreadful as you think, and I know just the place to keep us warm.
Sounds like a scheme.
It was 1520. Arcanist Ferdinand Magellan sailed across
Ooh.
unfamiliar waters under orders from the Spanish crown.
New art style.
Over the vast gray sea, he saw spots of light in the distance. An island. He named it Tierra del Fuego. For the next 400 years, Ushuaia faithfully served its role
Ushuaia,
at
okay,
the
I
end
get
of
it.
the world. It became the continent's penal colony, and its largest building even served as a prison. Many arcanists were exiled there. By the turn of the century, the arcanist hunt had reached its peak, and the Comala Sanatorium was built. Well, as you may already know, at that time, most arcanists were believed to be victims of madness. The sanatorium was their ship of fools. However, as people began to realize that arcanist blood wasn't a guarantee of madness, fewer and fewer were imprisoned there. By 1947, it
Jesus.
was officially closed.
400 years, though.
When a group of people from the National Foucault Studies Association returned to the island with new ideas for the location.
What kind of
They
ideas?
spoke in abstract terms and opaque theories that no one could understand. They rebuilt this place and gave it a new name. After a long period of construction, the Comala Sanatorium became a prison once more, one designed to hold arcanist criminals.
Oh.
They were taken from the streets and the psychiatric clinics, from secret societies and rebel groups. Any arcanist deemed mentally or socially unfit would be locked away there.
Jesus.
This association claimed the inmates would receive the best treatment, and they would fully recover before being returned to society.
So they disappeared.
A prison, a medical lab, a sanatorium.
Yeah, they tested on
Call it
them.
whatever you want. That is what Comala is today.
Huh. This just got very interesting.
And we could spend the whole winter there. It'd probably be the easiest winter we've ever had. All that it requires
Wait, is she
a little bit of
suggesting...
acting. It won't be hard to pass ourselves off as a bunch of unstable crackpots. A touch of madness comes parceled with the
She
gift
may
of
not have
being
to
an
act.
arcanist.
That's your brilliant idea? To get us locked up in an asylum?
I was gonna say,
You understand we'd be prisoners there, don't you? It's not like we
She's
get
like,
to
yeah, but
put
3
our
meals a
feet up and
day.
relax by a fire.
I mean, literally. Her increasingly agitated companion turns his head aside, catching the faint outline of a patrolling gendarme through a frosted window.
You want to go to jail? Well, see that man over there? Go greet him with a punch to the jaw, then you'll be set for the whole winter.
Sounds like a
Good idea! Recoleta, please.
Recoleta, please. Do not mess
I have the
with
script.
legendary
I have the
Maria.
script.
We're going to my aunt Julia. She said she could take us in at her vineyard up north near the capital. But with
I never
all
said
the
her ideas were
freedom,
good.
They could use all the help they can get.
With all her reading, I just expected there to be a bit more logic involved.
Or when the winter has passed, it'll still be great.
I mean, not that her plan's... No, her plan's bad, but is as cold as the tea on the
I
table.
hear you, amigos.
Has she planned a way out,
I
though?
must turn down your offer. This has been more than just a road trip for me. I know sticking around here for the winter won't be easy, but this could be my last chance. What if things change again? I can't just wait for spring.
Have you considered what happens when they don't let you out? Or
What
when
did
it's
I tell
not
you,
just a
Maria?
prison?
She never listens. Wasting your breath. Adios, Regoleta. I don't think we'll meet again.
Excuse me. Sorry. Oh. Setting in early. Holjek words freeze in his mouth.
Those gendarmes are looking straight at us.
Oh shit. She might get her wish anyway. Cafe door swings open. Gusts of cold air and dampness sweeps through the room. Recoletta's hair stands on end with a chill as she turns to face the door.
Stop right there.
Oh
You
shit.
three match the descriptions of some intruders at the poetry meeting in Casa Pionera.
Congratulations, you didn't even have to punch him. You just had to exist. Only to hear the scrambling sounds of her companions bolting away at the
Still, I
back door.
thought things couldn't get any worse.
Damn, they've really ditched her. Damn. So, maybe not right now. Maybe not this team. But like, here's the team I've been doing. Not this, hold on. For the like the mains bulletin and stuff, it's been Lucy, Curia, Flutterpage, and Fatutu. This team is diabolical. Thank you for the hydrate.
Program activated.
Right. That's what I'm good at. Listen.
Prince like peace beneath enemies. Right? Literally. Yeah, this team went to 3. Yeah. I did mains bulletin because I got a little bit further in Reveries of the Rain, but I had to stop at the 20 mil. Not 20 mil, the 20th. I don't know, whatever the second level of leagues is.
Now,
Streaming so far, it's been good, Alias. Thanks. Grim, I remember. Thank you for the hydrate. It's been good so far. I yapped a little too long, so we're trying to get into the story because I talked a lot, as per fucking usual. I left behind in the cold, but the flustered young writer still does not stop running. Who have you run into? Oh, that's a gorgeous art! Till she stumbles on a patch of wet and mushy snow. Look at this art. That's gorgeous. Books, did you save this? That's a gorgeous art.
Gracias a Dios. Creo que
I
los
think I
perdimos.
lost them.
Are you alright?
Burton, nice.
Gracias. Better to kiss the ground than kiss the gendarme's boots, if one must choose.
True.
Wait a second. Doris, is that you?
It was Doris!
How life moves in circles and puts an old friend in my path. How have you been? Are you paying another visit to Kamala?
You can't tell me Doris is not her mother. They look alike. Even other people think so. A name falls from the sky, offered by a girl who has just face planted and cannot see the figure before her.
Timekeeper.
Yes, I did.
Could
Okay.
she mean her, Dr. Doris?
I think she does mean Dr. Doris.
Was I mistaken?
You sure are, but... She wipes the snow from her face. Still dizzy, she makes out the stranger before her. As her vision clears, it becomes apparent that fate is not perfect loop. At least the person holding the suitcase in front of her is not the same woman she met before. If they tell me Doris is Verta, I'm gonna lose my
I've
mind.
never seen two people so alike.
Hmm.
Please, forgive me. It's been a long day.
No need to apologize. In fact, the person you just mentioned sounds like someone we're looking for. Could you tell me where you last saw her?
Sure, Excuse me. You're not from around here, are you? Your accents and those clothes give you away. Come with me. I know a warmer place to talk.
If they try and pull the fact that they look so much like that Verton is Doris, I'm gonna lose my mind. I'm like, it could just be her mom. Okay, wait, okay, if we can get the voice here, we may not, but I want to see if we get the voice.
The moment armies start to march, the world stands still.
Never mind, not that voice. That's a whole other voice.
You fight or fall back. I don't see a start. That's what you think.
I was trying to go for the old lady voice.
Don't
Not the old lady voice. She's
behold
not.
those, but
She's not by default an old lady. I don't know that.
in dreams,
I just assumed that she was
those
older because she was so wise, but I could be very wrong. But there's an older woman's voice that comes up in these sometimes, but we haven't had her for a bit. But when we were playing Date Everything, we were talking to Celia, I'm like, oh, this sounds like her. It's weird. And I just want to know if I'm crazy. That's it. Wrong voice. Yeah, not the right one. That's a dude. More than circles. A ring that closes on itself. That is far from enough to define the essence of fate. How do you know Torres?
According to these news reports from Ushuaia, there was an arcane attack on the pier about a week ago. All the ships in the port were destroyed.
Jesus.
Could
That's
Manus and
aggressive.
Dicte be responsible for this? Or perhaps the Xeno rebels?
We have a lot of enemies now, don't we?
Hard to say. But things have been suspiciously quiet these past few days.
I agree, books.
I had been hoping we'd find some clues here in Ushuaia after we lost track of the Manus in the Free Breeze shipwreck. They would have gone to ground somewhere remote and off the radar. Indeed, it's possible they've already left Ushuaia.
That's true. I didn't finish the last
For
event
whatever
either, so
reason,
if anyone has
it
spark
seems
notes.
They haven't been pushing for the storm to happen quite as eagerly as before.
True.
I have a strange feeling about it all. They're definitely up to something. For now, it seems our new friend's story lines up with the intel from Moth. It seems the Xeno rebels
We're
really
popular.
did bring Dr. Dorez here. We should see if there's anything more she can tell us.
Timekeeper,
The chief assistant hesitates.
the Foundation doesn't have any intelligence on Tierra del Fuego. If the Manus really are here, then
We're on our own.
we'll be on our own.
Mm-hmm.
The closest Foundation branch is in Buenos Aires, 3,200 kilometers away.
Jesus, that's not... Yeah, that's far. She reflects without words, a reminder that the chaos caused by Igor's rebellion is still fresh.
Careful and well considered as ever, Soneto. It's possible they've already infiltrated Ushuaia, just as they did in Chisos. But the Xeno rebels may still be holding Dorez. We can't just wait around. I'm afraid we'll have to take the risk. Ushuaia is not very big. If Manus Vindicte is here, we'll notice. Stay sharp.
Understood, Timekeeper. I'll keep an eye out for them and for Dr.
Not to be
Dorez.
that person. But isn't Soneto partially a dog? So to our Recoletta's companions.
My friends.
You
They're
just sniff
really
them out.
gone.
Yeah,
Adios,
they bailed.
Recoleta. I don't think we'll meet again. So that's all I get?
Apparently, yes.
We could have exchanged some farewell poems, read them out loud like we used to, and shed a few bitter tears over our heartfelt goodbyes.
Yeah, no, they weren't waiting
You know what
around,
they
hun.
say. Goodbyes are only a senseless feast of unhappiness.
Pardon?
Oh, it's nothing. Never mind. Please, sit down. And could we get a pot of mate with mint, please?
Thank you.
Recoletta's like, oh, thank God, somebody with money. Recoletta watches with interest as the two girls take the offered cups of tea.
So you're looking for Doris? I can
Yeah.
tell she's important to you from your look.
Correct. Is there anything more you could tell us about the day you met her?
Of course. It was one of those gray, overcast afternoons.
It's gonna be a whole story, sorry. Ugh.
I had just turned onto Calle Bolívar.
I'm not as sleepy as I
when
sound, I
ran into
promise.
this blind woman on my way to the post office.
Just so mundane to the post office.
I didn't run into her. She called to me. It felt like a sacred moment in time.
Called her.
Like something unworldly.
Every wine glass they touch
I
breaks.
just
Crazy.
stood there, frozen, as she walked up and fixed a loose thread on my sweater. I stared at her
Fuck,
until
it
my
is Vert.
fingers went numb, and the letter almost slipped out of my hand.
It is Verdant, isn't it? I hate it.
Miss, could you tell me what's in that direction?
I wanted to be her
Followed her
mom.
hand as she pointed forward. Strangely, even though I could see she was blind, I had a feeling that she knew exactly where she was pointing and where she intended to go.
That's the way to Comala Prison, Senora. Is that where you're headed? I could walk you there if you'd like.
Thank you, miss. But I think I found my way.
She still has
She
the
held
typewriter. Yeah.
How ironic that God would give her, at once, both books and night.
Books
I am
and night.
Recoleta. What may I call you, miss?
Books and night is like the antithesis to you, no? Books 4 days.
I hope you don't mind me asking, Senora. I didn't mean to pry. It's only that I have to know. You're a writer too, aren't you? I've been working on a novel and for some reason,
Hi, Roro.
I have this feeling you could be a character in it. Forgive me. I'm just so excited. I really want to remember this moment. Please, may I have your name? Or whatever you'd like me to call you?
How's your chapter going? We're on 2.
I don't think I'll ever forget
So
her
it's
smile.
good.
It was soft, kind, almost merciful, and oddly,
Just beginning, yeah.
it felt so ancient.
Roro, I don't remember. Are you in the Discord?
Miss Recoleta.
If so, you should check out the
But
reverse
first,
channel. Because,
I have a question for you.
I
What does literature mean to you?
I did Maine's Bulletin when it unlocked yesterday.
Sorry?
Yesterday? Day before?
What a question it was. I wasn't
Sunday.
expecting anything like it.
I don't
You're a
remember.
writer,
I don't remember
are
what
you
day.
not?
But,
One
I tried to
I
redeem.
sense with purpose. Tell me, where does such powerful motivation come from?
That's a good question.
Actually, well, I'm not sure, Senora.
Where
I
do you
had
get
my
motivation?
persistent questions, but literature is neither the goal nor the answer to them. Literature is, well, it's just literature.
I suppose if I had to define it, I'd say it's a tool.
I'd say a vehicle,
A
yeah.
kindling for fire, or a lens to see through. A means to explore and raise questions from different angles and express our perspectives.
And what an interesting perspective you've expressed. I see. But how does literature make you feel?
As though I'm a kid looking through a kaleidoscope for the first time.
Oh, that's
Well,
really
maybe
wholesome.
that's not the best way to put it. Perhaps something a little more subtle. Just when I was looking for the right word, she turned away with a little wave, heading toward the prison, her feet crunching over the fine snow. So she must have gone to the prison.
When did all of this happen?
Oh, good. We're going to prison.
About 3 days ago. I remember the sun came out for a while that day, and the streets were glistening with melting snow. You've heard of Comala Prison, haven't you?
We're gonna. Word by word, the question turns from an implication into a declaration.
3 days ago. Then we may be able to catch up with her there, timekeeper.
She says that
You're
there will be an
right.
ad in about 3 minutes.
We need to get there
And
as
I
soon
am
as we
using it as a
can.
bathroom break.
Whoa, amazing. So decisive, assertive. A true show of character.
Yay, jail!
You must
Yeah,
be the very
right?
archetype of a charismatic
Well, at least
leader.
there'll be 3 square meals a day and structured
What's left to
exercise.
say? Whenever the protagonist has what they want fall into their laps, we're all
And
quick
plenty
to
of alone
complain
time.
about lazy writers using Deus Ex Machina to keep the story together. So let's not dwell on it.
I'm going to jail. And for once, it's not horny jail. Well, it might be. We don't know yet. Actually, you know what? Have you seen a left? It might be. It might be
Anything
horny
can
jail.
happen in a place like Ushuaia. It's a city where the day may only last 4 hours, and the streets are full of exiled arcanists.
We appreciate your help, Miss.
Recoleta, please think nothing of it.
Miss Recoleta.
Goodness me.
I'm Vertin, and this is Soneto. We're investigators from the St. Pavlo Foundation.
Pleasure to meet you.
Likewise, likewise. Glad that I could help. But listen, ladies.
She's gonna be like, listen, ladies, I have no money. I need you to pick up this tab. The girl winks playfully.
Everything happens for a reason, and now it's becoming clear. You're going to Kamala prison, and so am I.
For different
Maybe
reasons.
it's fate that brought us together.
What's your business there? If you don't mind our asking.
Warm bed.
Oh, it's a writer's mission. But anyway, we're friends now.
Horny Jail and my Reverse
If you're
99
going to
story?
Kamala,
Maybe. Have
you'll
you
need someone
seen
who knows
some
the
of these
way.
characters? Yeah. Yeah. Horny Jail for sure. Igor? Holy shit. Sophia? Holy shit. Arcana? Holy shit. Yes. It's a wonder we're in any other kind of jail ever. Lord almighty. Okay, let me grab that. The ad is gonna run about a minute. I'm actually gonna run it a minute early just because this is a good like pausing point. So let me throw on the BRB screen. Let me throw on some music. I was gonna say money. What does that even mean? I'm gonna throw money at you. Yeah. Now we're gonna put music on, and I'm gonna go to the bathroom, and I'll see you guys in like 3 minutes ish. Yeah. So be right back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Hope everybody grabbed a snack, grab a drink, grab all that stuff. Next ad, I gotta grab some water. I'm back. I'm back. I'm on the last few sips of my water. Okay. The place that time forgot. Isn't this the play on when we met 37? Wasn't there a chapter similar to this where it's like the cave that time forgot or something like that? Or the island that time forgot? It's a similar title. Anyway. The gray riverbed winds through the frostbitten earth, disappearing into the distant horizon. A neat yet dilapidated circular complex stands alone beneath the snow-capped mountains, as if abandoned by God, humanity, and ghosts alike. Outside the fence, 3 uninvited guests discuss their plan to get inside.
Behold, Komala Prison.
Not their usual.
Building around. When the sun comes out, it looks like a rusty button stitched into the earth.
That's probably such a nice way of describing it.
Everyone tries not to pay attention to it, but it's undoubtedly one of the most important places in town. This way. Careful. We're heading uphill. Oops!
The young writer begins to slip again. She is prevented only by Sonata's quick reflexes.
Thanks. So, my new friends, you're from that St. Palominos?
St. Palominos?
St. Pavlov Foundation. And Vertin is the timekeeper there.
Ah, very impressive. Sounds all official and polished. Then, I take it you've already got away into the prison?
I feel like she might just be coming along for the ride. The gate presents an unwelcoming face to the world.
I'll draft a letter to headquarters right away. Once they approve it, they'll notify the local branch in Buenos Aires. From there, they'll need to inform the Argentine government, who will then issue us a permit.
Senato.
Excellent. Looks like our bureaucrats still have some worth. No offense intended, of course.
Since we're pressed for time,
Hi Dragon, how you doing?
We can ask that headquarters give high priority to our request. If all goes well, we should have the permit in about a month.
How expedient of them. But you know what? Maybe we shouldn't bother all those hard-working government officials with these trifling matters after all.
She instantly returns to her previous judgment. That was so fast.
I have a simpler solution that suits the urgency of our cause.
Break in. You're gonna break in.
That sounds great. Oh, where are you going, Miss Recoleta?
Senato. Sweet, naive Senato. Yep. Before anyone can stop her, the young writer hurls herself up the wall, scaling the side with the sort of skill that immediately suggests she's done this before.
To the other side of the wall, of course. From Guadalajara to Ushuaia. There has yet to be a wall that could stop me.
Oh my god!
Come on, ladies of the Foundation. Soneto, take my hand.
Senato looks utterly flustered. Yeah, she would, Miss Rules.
Miss Recoleta, please. A reckless act like that could have serious consequences. Please come back down. In fact, while the details of our mission are classified, I should warn you, it may be dangerous.
Remember, it's a late crime. You don't fear the punishment. It's crazy.
Perhaps it's in your best interest to return to town.
What? That is definitely not in my best interest. What sort of pusillanimous coward would I be if I just abandoned my fated companions here? Of course I'm going in with you. Or rather, you're coming with me.
She was coming here anyway. What do you mean?
Get down, Miss Recoleta. Someone's coming our way.
Please be hot. From the other side, side of the prison fence, a predator's gaze locks onto the figure perched on the wall. Never mind.
Right there. What do you think you're doing?
Okay, good accent so far.
Caramba, it's her again. The jailer of Komala.
Hello, my dear.
Hi, Amelia. The jailer.
Jailer or jaguar?
Does it matter? With a voice like that, it can be whatever it wants. I mean, what?
Oh, I got it now.
Oh, it's actually a it's a jaguar. Oh,
What I'm good at. This'll help.
I'm gonna be honest. I just I thought it was a woman.
For my wings!
I just grabbed again. Yeah, no, she definitely would have.
I don't get it. Just a
Charging.
Yes, I got this. It's out with you.
It is a woman. Is it though? That looks pretty jaguar-like.
That weren't even as tough as waking up an old factory man.
Also, dragon. I I built a team from that spreadsheet you sent. First off, thank you for that spreadsheet. I need to pin it in Discord. I built a team off of that, the Lucy team that's listed. And it annihilated Maine's Bulletin. It was brutal. Like, that thing didn't have a goddamn chance at all. It was beautiful.
Miss Recoleta,
Yeah,
haven't
yeah.
I made myself clear? I don't want to see you here again.
What do you mean, excuse you? Roro. Are you... Roro, are you telling me you would fuck the jaguar? Yo, to each their own. I'm just wondering, is that what we're... Okay. No, I mean... You said it's a woman. That's not a woman. That is very clearly a cat. What do you mean? I'm just saying, it's a woman. That... Y'all are seeing the cat too, right? A sentient cat is still a cat. What do you mean?
Jailer, we meet again. What a delightful encounter on such a...
She's gonna be like, zip it. She's a beautiful woman, yeah. Wow, the gaslighting is crazy. Sudden gust of cold wind interrupts her.
lovely day.
Would you please just leave this place alone?
I don't know, you can
I
only see a
never
woman there.
understand
That's
why a promising
crazy.
young woman like you keeps snooping around a prison.
I wish she was
I can't make this any clearer. Trying to break into Kamala will do nothing to get you inside, but it will get you into a world of
Not the
trouble with
gatekeeping.
Gendarmeria.
Not the gate, no, not the gaslighting.
So, will you stop these senseless breaking attempts?
You should be like, we'll just
Kamala
let
prison
you
is
in.
only accessible to academic researchers and journalists, and even they must have official credentials in order to enter.
That's fair.
Isn't there any
Character
other
needs
way
for
to pay a
ascension.
visit?
Ugh.
I truly do need to get in there.
It's good. It probably also just will make me mad.
Sorry to interrupt, but did you just say official credentials?
Huh? You mean the thing that the Sonetta was trying to get for
You
us?
heard
You mean
me
those
right.
things?
And you are?
I'm the
I don't know. That
timekeeper
looks a little
of the
catty to me. I
Pavlov
swear to God,
Foundation.
books.
My assistant and I are here to visit Kamala Prison on official orders from the Foundation. Here, this is my ID.
I don't know if that's gonna help you, Verdon. At the thought of lying, Senna's lips fail to open for even a squeak. She goes flush red with embarrassment. Maybe a gamer girl. Through the prison fence, the jailer examines the pair. Damn it. That was my fault. It's at least a very presentable looking card, boldly stamped with the seal of the St. Pavlov Foundation.
This is indeed legitimate.
It is. She murmurs. Hi,
Welcome to
Bella.
Kamala
Wouldn't be
Prison.
our weirdest 5-star. It wouldn't. You're right. You're not
Apologies for
wrong.
my earlier behavior. It's been a while since we've had any official visitors.
Actually, you know what's weird? We've had more inanimate objects that are animated than we've had actual animals. Like, I'm pretty sure the only animal we have is Pickles, right? Oh, fuck. I forgot about Barbara. Haunts my dreams this day. I refuse to pull for Barbara. I don't care how helpful she is. I don't care. No. My lamb chop trauma will never allow me to have Barbara. I can't do it.
Whoa.
But let me look.
You really
Is
are a
that
sweet
that's
boy.
the only like true animal, right? I mean, I'm not counting Medicine Pocket, right? It's just Pickles. You unfortunately have Barbara. I'm so sorry. I think it's just Pickles. I don't think we have just another animal, right? Like we have like food, right? We have, yeah. But not an, like again, inanimate objects. I don't know if that's an object, but anyway. And, oh, right, in 2.8. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, for a long time we haven't had animals. And I know we're having the creepy squirrel looking thing, right? Yeah. Oh, I forgot about Nick Bottom. Is Nick Bottom really truly an animal though? Or is he named that because he's a human turned animal? Because he's only got the head. It has human hands. I don't think he's a true animal. Yeah, that's weird, no? I mean, think about that. We've got a mannequin. We've got a rocking horse. We've got a scarecrow. We've got a hat. A camera. An apple. But only one animal. That's interesting. That's weird. Do you know the story of Barbara? I don't want to know the story of Barbara. Andrew, because she's like, that's true. Though, I don't know if she's so much an animal as she is kind of like a, what do you call that? Someone who, is that a cryptid at that point? I don't know. Nah, she wouldn't be called, shouldn't be considered a cryptid, right? Maybe she is. I don't know. A succubus? Yeah, but I don't have Barbara. I'm pretending Barbara doesn't exist. It's the only true animal up to this point. Barbara is a clone. Oh, that makes sense. The whole sheep clone. I get it. Man, we really fixated on the whole sheep being clones thing. Huh. Anjo is a clone. Is she? I don't like Anjo's clone. More like a siren. Yeah. Yeah. And honestly, at some point, Ezra's just become more mushroom than human. So. My name's getting mixed up. Yeah. Yeah. I think you mean Barbara's a clone. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, that's interesting. I just never realized like how few animals, huh? I mean, we can't even say Jessica's an animal. She came from a stuffed animal. That's not the same. Ezra's gonna become a parasect. Yeah. Ezra went off and made their own series. It was called The Last of Us. Except they were on the mushroom side.
Careful.
I got the insight too, though. It's really cute. I like the red version. It's actually really pretty.
The slightest breath will blow them all over the place. The last thing I want to see is mushrooms growing all over
he's so
the
cute.
suitcase. I mean, I love mushrooms, but
An animal human mix grown in a tube. That, well, I mean, okay. Well, we have to consider Barbara an animal if we're going to consider Medicine Pocket an animal. Because Medicine Pocket is also a hybrid, no? Between a shaft. I shouldn't wasn't a deer, right? Exactly.
He just passed out.
Would just be chill with the mushrooms. Yep, not immune. The mushrooms just refuse to infect him, pretty much. Yep. Yep. No? What do you mean no? What do you mean no? If we're calling them hybrids... I refuse to have a subclass of hybrids. We're getting too decisive at that point. They aren't a hybrid. Who's not a hybrid? Medicine Pocket? Wasn't their whole thing that they're hybrid with a dog?
Oh.
With no sex organs, but they are an arcanist. Aren't they? I haven't read shit, just to be totally fair. Have a good lurk, Bella. Why did I think... Am I getting their lore mixed up with something? That's a joke by Lucy? Oh, is it? Oh, my bad. My tism struck. I didn't get the joke. I've seen that anime before. Amelia, shut the fuck up. Amelia, shut the fuck up. Amelia, shut the fuck up. No. We're not talking about it. Amelia, go sit in the corner. Amelia, go sit in the corner. Oh my god. And all of the... Yeah, that's true. There's a pocket got that dog in the a little bit. Mm-hmm. Okay. I got distracted enough.
You don't know how far
We got so distracted that Amelia came out and did a oh my god, help me. Help me. The anime name, the Full Metal Alchemist joke. God. There we go. I was like, alchemy's involved in themselves. Then that's That's the same thing. Just a self-starter, you know? What the fuck is that sound? Sorry, outside it sounds like it's supposed to be an engine, but it sounds like it's just choking. Jesus. Anyway. Alright, 4. You know why we're going ahead to 4? Do you know why we're doing this? Because last time there was a story in chat, I talked too much and people were like, I love when we chat and then only do 2 chapters. And I'm like, leave me alone. For a drifter, a stay behind an iron barred window can feel like just another stretch of desert. That's also probably accurate.
Día tras día, la investigadora de
Oh,
paracausalidad
good.
se escondía en la naturaleza
Day after day, the
fuera del pueblo de Amalfitano,
The
estudiando los
paracausality
datos que
researcher
había
hid away in the
recolectado.
wilderness outside the town of Amalfitano, studying the data she had collected.
Una tarde,
So this
al
is the story of
anochecer,
Dorez, right?
una
It has
voz
to be.
llamó desde fuera de su
One
cuerpo.
evening at dusk, a voice called out from outside her cave. She put down the equipment and her tapes stepped outside. A man stood curiously at her door.
Un hombre estaba de pie, curioso, frente a su puerta. ¿Qué haces aquí?
What are you doing here? He asked, raising both eyebrows. Nothing ever happens in
Nada
Amalfitano.
sucede en Amalfitano en
Amalfitano?
estos días.
I can't fucking say
El
shit.
local se presentó
The local introduced
como el
himself as the
empleado
bank
del
clerk.
banco.
He had probably the most
Probablemente
amiable
tenía la
face
cara
around.
más
Bright
amable
eyes,
del
lifted
lugar.
cheeks, a soft jawline.
Ojos
It was face
brillantes,
beaming with hope.
mejillas levantadas, una mandíbula suave. Era una cara llena de esperanza. La investigadora le mostró
The researcher
los
showed him the
espectros
spectrum
que
she'd
había
been
estado
compiling.
recopilando.
I've been collecting stories about the
Había
die, she
estado
explained.
recolectando
Perhaps they hold the
historias
key
sobre
to
el dado,
explaining the randomness that
explicó.
fate displays.
Quizás ellos contienen la clave para explicar la aleatoriedad que muestra el destino.
I'm assuming so.
Ah,
Okay.
Eso
That does
realmente
intrigue
me
me so, the
intriga,
bank clerk replied briskly.
respondió
I'd love to hear all
rápidamente el
about it.
empleado del
But I have
banco.
to go. I mustn't
Me
be late to the
encantaría
Dune
escuchar
skater's
todo
funeral.
sobre eso,
And with that,
pero
he
debo
left.
irme. No debo llegar tarde al funeral del pescador de dunas. Y
Hi,
con eso
Ghost. I don't know if I
se
said
fue.
hi, but hello.
3 días después,
3 days later, the
los
same
mismos
footsteps returned to her
pasos
cave.
regresaron a su cueva. Volviste.
You're back.
¿Cómo has estado?
How have you been? Did you make it to the
¿Lograste llegar al
funeral? She
funeral?
asked.
Preguntó. No tengo idea de lo
I have
que
no idea
estás
what you're talking
hablando,
about, he replied tersely.
respondió de manera
I'm not the man
cortante.
you think I am. His
No
face was
soy el
drained and
hombre que
gaunt,
crees
his
que
eyes
soy.
sunken deep into hollow
Su
sockets.
rostro estaba
It was as if every spark of life had been drawn out of him,
demacrado,
leaving only an empty
sus
husk.
ojos hundidos profundamente en huecos vacíos. Era como si toda chispa de vida le hubiera sido arrancada, dejándolo solo con una cáscara vacía.
Sorry, I don't mean to talk over it. It's more so for the people who don't know it and can't see it. The researcher insisted she wasn't mistaken. I know people by their deeper nature, down to the synchronicity of their spectrums. I've never been wrong before. Whatever you say, the man muttered roughly. I don't understand anything of your high-minded ideas. Just let me go. It's been a long day out there fishing, and all I want now is to collapse on my rickety bed. He trudged off footsteps that sounded exactly like those of the bank clerks. I wasn't used to your place. Everyone has their own way, and I respect it. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I don't think the person who said it either, like, meant any harm by any means. It was very true. It just was one of those, like, hey, you didn't have to point it out.
This facility isn't just a prison. It's also
Can we
a
just
research center.
appreciate this fucking art? We haven't had a good art of Burton in a very long time. Nice.
Its full name is the Panopticon of Comala. It was established by the Foucault Association in 1975. We've hosted workshops, academic sessions, and even lectures about the Panopticon. You may even have seen some reports about it.
The
Experts
slow
of
pan is
psychoanalysis
crazy.
and scholars from various fields have come here to exchange ideas and seek collaboration in their studies. In many ways, the Panopticon is unlike any other prison you've seen before.
I see. No wonder Miss Recoleta has gone to such lengths to become a part of it. Actually, my
Meant
assistant
more
and
as
I hate to
affirmation. Wait, which
inquire
part?
about a prisoner
I thought you were
who
talking about the
moves.
Spanish being good.
Does that
What you mean?
name sound familiar?
It's either gonna get really helpful or really dangerous really fast.
Not that I recall. Could she have used a different name?
Oh, the
Does
Spanish.
she
Okay,
look
cool, cool.
She'd have arrived here about 3 days ago. It's also possible that she came as a visitor, not a prisoner. She's a blind woman who always carries an old typewriter. She used to be a doctor at the Sao Paulo Veterans Residence in Brazil. And on the subject of different names, she once wrote for Atu under the name Erd.
I don't think I've seen anyone fitting that description. And as I said, we haven't had any visitors in some time. Certainly not in the last 3 days.
But I did see her.
I look at a native
I saw
name.
her walking towards Kumala prison.
I play the game the same way, and I can't be better versus so off, so you aren't. Oh, thanks, books.
Simply put, I don't recall seeing anyone by that name or with that description here.
I see. Thank you, miss. Perhaps we made a mistake.
I feel like Reverse is probably the most chaotic game I play. Not it itself is chaotic, but my approach to it is chaotic. Doesn't seem that her current line of questioning is going nowhere. She shifts toward a different
Miss
topic.
Recoleta, you've gone to great lengths to get into the Panopticon. Would you mind telling us why?
She's tired and hungry.
Finally! I've been waiting for you to ask. I'm here to find my pen pal in Komala.
Hi, amazing.
You have a pen pal? In here?
Yes. 6 months ago, I went to a book exhibition in Guadalajara.
So that's gonna be a left, right?
Contact details of a few writers. I sent them my novel and asked for feedback. Looking back, it was a bit forward, but nothing.
Shake a bunch of
incredible
characters
between
together, pretty much, yeah.
writers. A lot of friendships start through letters, you see. And Aleph wrote back.
Oh, it is! Aleph, okay. So less emphasis on the E. Got it. Recoleta produced a thick stack of letters from her coat. Oh, they're like, Their student's address changes with each letter, reflecting the turbulent lifestyle of the wandering writer. Yet the sender's address is eternally constant. Come on.
How much do you know about this pen pal of yours?
Shaken, not stirred.
Well, he calls himself Aleph, which is a grammatically masculine word, so...
So you assume Aleph is a man?
Well, he's something. Reasonable suspicion, but in her experience, never a certainty.
Yes, he's probably a poet, a writer, perhaps even an alchemist. He's one of the brightest people I know. There's never been a question that he couldn't answer.
Oh, she gonna lose
I've
it
asked
when
him
she
about
meets
religion,
him.
politics, history, potions, even critters in length and breadth.
So she finds out, right? I don't even know anything about him yet, but I've seen the trailer. He's a little unhinged.
And he helped
I'm
me
excited
with
to
my
know.
novel.
I'm excited to know nothing about him and go
Always
into it for the
best ways
surprise.
To bring my characters to life. Honestly, he's so insightful. I've begun wondering if he's omniscient.
Baby girl.
With his help,
Not the baby
my
girl.
story grew richer and fuller, like a well-tended plant. Strangely, can't seem to take it any further now. It's as if the roots have been sapped of their strength. I couldn't understand why.
Fun
So,
story. I always
thought
thought the
that I
word
would see him in
sapped
person to
was
find out.
zapped. Always been zapped of their strength.
Again with this story about
I don't
your
know why.
uncanny pen pal. I've already told you 1,000 times.
Oh, jeez.
It's all very moving, but it still doesn't justify your actions.
How many times has she
Writers
broken in here?
experience mental blocks all the time, yet you don't see them trying to break into a prison over it.
I mean,
She does have a point.
Please.
Which means
Brandon,
that's what I thought.
Taylor, have a little mercy, will you?
Hold on. I've been meaning to ask. Why are you only calling her jailer?
Yeah.
Don't you know her name? Or do you just prefer addressing people by their occupation?
That's true. She does that a lot, huh?
How about that?
Unexpectedly, it's the Jaguar herself that speaks up.
It's okay, Miss Verton. I don't mind being called by my job title. I take pride in what I do.
I don't know how I'd
perfectly
feel
fine
if
with
my
just
coworkers
being
called me
a
analyst.
jailer.
Ugh.
Exactly.
That's a lie. I have
researcher
some
is a
people call me the
researcher,
analyst
and a
sometimes.
jailer
That's
is a
weird.
jailer.
Titles and code names often tell us more about
Mommy
people
face
than
Vogue
their
material right there. Oh
ordinary
my.
given names.
Oh my.
Don't you think? Take Soneto, for example.
Mm-hmm.
Your name comes from sonnets, doesn't it? That great poetic form from Italy. Some people mistakenly think Shakespeare invented it. Some say it was Petrarca, though no one really knows when the first sonnet was written. Sorry, I'm straying from my point. You're Italian, aren't you, Soneto? Is that your real name, or just a code name? Were your parents poets?
I mean, wasn't I was like,
As much as I'd like to be able to answer your question, I never knew my parents. My earliest memories were of the School of Primary Defense of Mankind.
I was gonna say,
There since I was a small child.
don't start digging into the childhood of the children.
My apologies. That was thoughtless of me.
None of them know their parents. That's a lot of trauma there, Recoleta. Swerve, swerve.
Intent, I'm sure. Timekeeper, if Miss Recoleta was right about Dr. Doris's whereabouts, perhaps the jailer is keeping things from us. Or perhaps Dr. Doris visited the Panopticon without her knowledge. Either way, we need to do some digging here.
I agree. Let's see if we can
Shouldn't talk about the background of the child soldiers. Probably not. Probably not. She's gonna not have enough notes for her whole book. As they chat, the corridors, until now endless, reach a terminal point, with voices echoing ahead.
We're about to enter the main hall of the Panopticon. This is
We're
one
gonna
of the
have
places where the inmates spend their recreation
cutscene.
time. At this hour, they are supposed to be in their cells. But what's all that noise?
Ooh, riot, riot, riot. The jailer seems to be tense with the apparently unusual amount of noise.
Miss Burton, could you keep an eye
Panopticon,
on
I hate it.
Recoleta if
I was
anything
like,
happens?
what was that demo name you said? Ministry or something? The Bureau of Fantastical and Arcane
Certainly.
something.
What do you take me for? I'm not going to run away. That'd be a pretty
Hate this
cheesy
chapter
way to
then.
start a story.
Wait, what do I hate? They love that word. Oh. Probably, yeah.
Please.
I hate
just
it
stay
because
close to me.
they keep saying it so effortlessly, and I'm like, what are you saying? Panopticon? Am I saying it right? If I'm saying it right, then I'll get used to it, but stumbling over it a few times, and you're like, okay, fuck off. Sounds right, let's go. Okay, maybe it's fine. Maybe it's fine. Oh, I didn't think it... Okay. What the fuck is this? Oh, looks like we got a new arrival. Oh, shit. It's pitch black in here. Can't be sure she's new just yet. Hey there. Welcome to La Sociedad de Poetas de las Americas? I don't know if I read that right. Or maybe she's one of those who broke out and came back of her own accord. Keeping quiet, huh? I get it. This must be a sacred moment for you. A return to the darkness. What fresh hell is this?
La Sociedad de Poetas
Dora?
de las Americas?
Oh, this is so cool. Wait, sorry. I'm geeking out a little bit. Sorry. The textures she felt in her way here do not match the words she just heard. Guarded by her keen hearing, she pauses mid-step in what seems to be a reasonable open space. I didn't know we were gonna get like a whole separate perspective. Oh, I love when writers do this. Okay, sorry. Anyway, the room falls into silence, like the longest minute in human history. Are you still there? A faint cough, a heave of a sigh in the darkness. Pardon me, but have we met before? This is my first time in this prison as far as I can recall. Wistfully was, yeah, right? What a strange thing to say. Prison. When was the last time we heard someone say that? Back when the narrator was published? Wait, you aren't some ancient ghost here in pursuit of realism, are you? There's a theatrical flair in her voice. Rusty gates, pitch black cells, prison. Bars for exchanging letters, a peaceful and secluded place. Sociedad de Poetas. And no, we don't know you. The three of them are spaced just far enough apart to barely make out each other's faces in the dark. I love this art. This is so cool. What a wonderful example, Garcia. Exactly. It all depends on how you choose to see the world, my new friend. Roberta, we don't have much time. This might be the most important gathering of the month. No, maybe even of the year. You're right, Garcia. At this moment, nothing is more important than the salon the idealist has so carefully prepared. You should focus on sorting out those manuscripts first.
Pardon the interruption, but might I ask?
Why your organization is called La Sociedad de Poetas de las Americas. I assume it is simply due to geography. Don't worry, Senora. We make it a point to introduce our sociedad to every new friend, but now isn't quite the time. After the salon ends, we'll ask the jailer about your accommodations. Wait a minute. Roberta, your eyes are well adjusted to the dark. Use them. She's neither a newcomer nor a returnee. She's a blind woman. A blind woman. There's only... There's only one thing worse than a woman. A blind. Sorry. Please forgive Garcia's rudeness, Senora. A sensory limitation can sometimes bring sharper intuition. In that colorful world of mind, I'm sure what you see is even more beautiful than reality. But if you weren't broadened by the physician, then why are you here? She tries to construct a fiction in her mind, something that could justify the surreal nature of her arrival. From the humid trade winds of Sao Paulo to the crashing surf of the cliffs, now the strange land greets me for the first time with nothing but cold silence. This urge is to be placed in Ushuaia's? I'm trying to remember what you guys called it. Kamala's prison. She is not to be treated as an ordinary inmate. Fucking Grace. In the words of the preacher, you are our honored guest, Miss Erd.
I've come to learn the name of this land. Ushuaia.
Ushuaia, okay. From the young lady's retelling, it lies at the southernmost tip of the vast continent of South America.
As we walked, I could feel her gaze upon me. Steady, yet never intrusive.
I could never tell she meant me no harm. It's really annoying how some of this is voiced, but not all of it. I've informed the administrator of Kamala Prison of your identity and special circumstances. He'll ensure your safety. Good luck, and farewell.
I sensed I had been brought to a place most unusual. A building with a quiet peculiarity in the air.
Two attendants followed close behind me, some form of liquid dripping from their faces.
I suppose I must claim a little freedom for myself in this place.
Thought the darkness was a blessing. It wasn't too difficult to shake them off.
I'm sorry for your undue trouble, my diligent friends.
I'm a writer, and I mostly write under the name Erd. I'm here for a short visit, hoping to find some inspiration for my next
visit. Hoping to find some inspiration for my next story.
Why is some voiced? See, Garcia? This lady's a writer, a good soul. You almost made us miss out on meeting a kindred spirit. Describe menace followers like that. I know, the dripping. I'm not a fan. I know. Ew. Come. I'm sure you'll fall in love with our salon. Are we just gonna ignore the extensive amount of buckles around these guys? Just pointing that out. This has nothing to do with me. It's dark in here, but I suppose you've already grown used to walking in the dark. Sorry, I mean no offense. Oh, now I saw it. They have straight jackets on. That's good. That's good. Safety first. The fuck? Okay. I missed one. Where's this one? There it is. Oh, I missed a few. Shit. I don't actually read this stuff. I'm so sorry. There's so much. No. Some character stories are like, maybe they treat Dora as like a character story. Yeah, they do treat it like that. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. There you are. I'm gonna be honest. The lack of a little thing at the end bothers me if I don't get rid of it. I don't actually care to know what the story is, though. for the most part. If Grace or Sophia ever becomes playable on polling, I mean, they do be dripping. Reading that directly after each other meant something so different. Okay. A salute to a literary society born within a prison. No, a tribute to an impossible miracle. I don't like how much water is in here.
Any of this from what we saw outside.
It's a lot of water. No, why is there always just these little floaty balls? The mottled yet pristine walls, the still waters, the silent white tower standing within the labyrinth. Nearby, several prisoners form a circle. Some standing, some sitting, engaged in conversation.
Oh, excuse me for a moment. I have duties that I must attend to.
With a sigh, the jailer steps into the gathering, causing a strangely subdued reaction from the prisoners.
They don't seem intimidated by her at all.
She's so pretty as a man, it's true.
They just look like a bunch of artists having a chat in the garden. And the jailer seems to be like a grumpy neighbor coming over to ask them to keep it down.
History IRL, does it though? The grumpy neighbor continues her chastising.
Everyone, you know the rules. There are to be no after-hours gatherings here without the physician's approval.
Who the hell is the physician? Sorry.
You sound softer and softer each time you come to warn us. Why not just join us? Isn't it better than circling around the Panopticon all day? And look around you. We're in the Hall of New Encounters. What better place to host a salon?
You're missing out in Comala if you don't even get a taste
of
our literature.
They are pretty soft. This is also
exactly. Even those
is the salon where
drop by from time to time.
Vernon will see Dores. Kind of like when they were on the island and they had the whole court thing. That's where she first saw Arcana. Before the jailer can say anything else, two of the prisoners simultaneously gesture for her to stay silent, pointing to the center of their gathering.
Quiet now, please. The Adiles Salon is about to start.
These people seem friendly enough. Why don't we see what this is about?
Is this gonna be another cult? I'm gonna be honest, we've run into a lot of cults.
En desiertos, en estrellas,
the stars within labyrinths, in waters, in mirrors, within reflections. We dream on death's straw pillow. Here we are, paying tribute to the ghosts. Every group is called, literally. To give it all up again. I put my phone on the screen down to his nose and he started sniffing it. Ah, hi, Thunder.
My dear friends.
Holy shit.
We face a difficult truth. The movement of visceral realism still stumbles in the dark. Our poems, our language, our minds are tangled by a stifling vine. A mundane, stale vision shared among all bourgeoisie. We follow this vision blindly, clinging to the comfort.
I mean, I don't think you have much of a choice. Sorry, that was mean.
We nip every branch of new art in the bud.
Pretty sure you follow everything blindly. I think you don't have much to say in that.
To develop one's life upon. But here, we may light them like candles at our funerals. Let poetry become the bridge between us and the world.
Oh, good. It's a book cult. That's a new one. The idea of this VA is amazing. Yeah, they did really good. The single clap. A lone clap breaks the silence. Comes earlier than all the other cheers in the audience.
As we come back and forth over the boundaries of life and death, the old obstacles begin to take on a new look. With the eyes of poets, we may see behind them. You're a visceral realist.
She's such a
Can't be
nerd. She
mistaken.
really is.
You must be.
The idealist's eyes pierced through the grove of literary enthusiasts, reaching a distant, drifting new world.
A lonely cowboy, finally home. What a wonder. You're in time. The salon has just begun. And La Sociedad
Oh, I
de
think I
Poetas
found
Las
Bubba's
Americas
character.
isn't like those salons that care more about who's invited than the art. All are welcome
For
here.
Blondie, she would. Scares a cult because she totally would. Yep.
A literary salon in a prison? Though, so far it seems to have more dancing than poems.
Did you understand what that man just said?
No, sorry, Timekeeper. I need a moment to think it through.
Don't worry, Sonato. I would guess we're not the only ones who are confused here. Miss Jailer, is this that peculiarity about Kamala you mentioned earlier?
Enough, idealist. You're still an inmate here, and you are walking a very fine line right now.
Oh, I'm quite aware of where I am and what lines I tread.
Why do I know this voice?
Is a prison, the safest place for poets in this part of the continent. One cannot be arrested twice, after all.
The man's words draw laughter from the other prisoners as they turn to discuss his speech with excitement.
But please, don't trouble yourself with our little farce. What harm could a few poets possibly do?
Is this credited? I need to find out who this is. All the irregular rhymes and wild contradictions of aesthetic. Ah, fuck it. Recoletta clenches her fist in shock, certain that the man before her is her mysterious pen pal. Don't look it up? Wait, why?
Idealist, might I ask you something?
Hold on, Recoleta. All forms of communication with the inmates must conform to our regulations.
Something
We
about
will
the story
need to
later?
record the
Oh.
conversation
Okay,
and submit
fine.
it to higher authorities for review.
I have some questions for the gentleman as well, but we're more than willing to follow the rules. I think the person I'm looking for might have attended this literary salon, or at least talked to some of its members. I'd wager she's spoken to that
That's
gentleman.
Aleph, isn't it?
That is,
At least it's what it looked like
if
in the
she has been
trailer.
here at all.
I see. Go ahead then. Just watch the time.
Stare. What do you mean stare? As visitors petition the jailer, Recoletta pushes pet. Fuck.
Are you Aleph?
The noisy atmosphere plunges into silence, just like still waters nearby. The idealist is evidently taken aback by the name.
Oh.
Oh,
Another
don't see me. I
visitor
don't. At least not on what I can see. Like not on my
So you know him?
my thing. My what do you call it? The widget.
Naturally. But I'm not obliged to speak of him to one who does not, stranger.
The salon host is non-committal, turning toward Recoletta's companions.
And you, young lady in the hat,
It does go hard.
are you here for Aleph as well? What a lively day this is.
No, I'm looking for a blind woman. Her name is Doris.
Ah, yes. I remember. Her writing was impeccable, like an exquisite crocodile skin handbag in a shop window. Elegant, yet condescending.
Yet condescending?
Do you know where she is now?
I'm not able to keep track of every inmate here, miss. Perhaps you should ask those who have seen everything from above. Through the glass, where the scrutinizing eyes of power look down on us.
Eyes?
She scans the prison hall. The walls, the great tower, and the pool remain unchanged. Nothing appears amiss. All the prisoners present nod in agreement, prompting a weary sigh from the jailer.
Have you taken your medicine today, idealist?
Not her being like, you've taken your
I'm feeling
meds.
marvelous. Today I require no help from them.
That's not how those meds work.
I've warned you. It's unwise to act against the physician's orders.
They build up, they require daily dose, sir.
Act against him? No one may act against him here. The physician must have misunderstood us. I suspect he doesn't understand half of what we say. I'd like to know how he got his medical degree. Not by cracking open skulls, I should hope.
Prisoners exchange knowing smiles.
What a pity,
Big meds, you
Jayla.
freak, Ifril.
You know, I've always believed you had the soul of a poet, just like us. We've already spoken enough rebellious thoughts outside of Komala. How else do you think we ended up in your nut house? We've been here far too long. Long after the junta was removed from office. After our home became a deserted wasteland in the aftermath of the Latin American boom.
What are you getting at?
That power is boring, meaningless. Nothing holds on to power forever. And the one true connection we have to life is poetry.
Okay.
See, Jayla? Even an outsider understands our ideas better than you. It's time to open your eyes to reality.
Okay, hold on. Just that outsider. Like, that one specifically, to be fair.
Feel truly alive in here. Beneath
The rest of
gaze
us did not get
prying,
that
ever-vigilant eyes.
as thoroughly.
Idealist, last warning. Stop this now.
Oh, she growling. She mad.
Fine, fine. All right, compañeros. Sadly, the salon must come to an end, as our jailer insists.
Rawr. Yeah, exactly. The crowd murmurs and grumbles as they begin to disperse.
Dear friends,
Your
I
whole
do not
face
mean
changes, yeah.
to abuse the power of suspense. I sincerely invite you to come with me to the heart of La Sociedad de Poetas de las Americas. Perhaps you'll find the person you look for there.
The man strikes a gesture somehow equally comedic and solemn.
We'd love to. Only if that's okay with you, Miss Jayla.
I suppose that's all right. You're already here. We can call it part of your tour, but please, ladies, take none of their rambling seriously.
I don't know.
Thank you, Jayla. Please, follow me.
That was pretty legit.
Oh, I got it now.
Wait.
Aren't these usually the
this isn't
stand-ins?
The way to the gallery.
Oh.
It isn't the usual way. It's a shortcut. We call it the reptilian complex and primal hunger route. Much faster than the limbic system and postmodern anxiety route, let me tell you.
But this passageway has long been abandoned, and entry is prohibited. It's extremely dangerous too.
Relax, Jayla. No one, not even you, knows this prison better than I.
But time
There's
to
no
run.
way.
I think we've just gone in a circle.
Just another shift.
Is the idealist who I... There's no way. It's not who I think it is. I know it's not. It's not. I would have heard about it. It's not.
Charging. Loading. Terrain.
Rise and shine.
The light that illuminates all.
Just enough is what I'm good at. Yes, I got this. It's out with you.
Jesus Christ. Gimmicky in the fights. I did fine on. Yeah, I don't think it'll be hard. It looks like it'll be gimmicky, like you just kind of doing it to do it. There isn't a VA, you know, if that's what you're wondering. I checked their history and I didn't have anything much before, I think.
Let's take a step.
Probably not,
If
but
you want to make the bet,
then I definitely is not who I think it is. There's no way. They're
it's not
I don't want to say they're
about
too big of a name.
knowing
It would have been heard
your
about.
art.
Like, it would have been on Twitter.
Carmen and Carmen.
Would have been
Carlos.
posted about, for sure.
Then.
Oh my god, please, not another one of these.
It was.
I hate these. Some of these are
but
too
no,
long.
the-
Like, this is
the
not how you
bomb, they
deliver it.
looked for it and
He sounds
they-
hot, it's all I know. Oh, damn, okay. Okay. Oh, this one. Okay, Enter the Darkness. Yeah, yeah. I actually do want to check out the updated list, though, to see if there's anybody that's been added that I recognize. Let's see. Half these names have not been updated. Why does Forget-Me-Nots VA sound familiar? Josh Collins. Why do I know that name? Yeah, he sounds familiar. I read an article once that you Chileans don't like Baroque literature or something about it being too noisy. You sure are quite a bunch. That's so. And you Argentinians just love it, right? If you're any metric to go by, I'd say you're all loud and obnoxious. Damn. Just because the idealist isn't here, you think you can turn the salon into a debate hall? You started it. She did start it. Enough. Stop squabbling and post your work so we can read it. Oh, there's a little book club. If you ask me, you're simply more interested in rhythm than form. Spanish is a rich language, one that is inherently expressive, ever-changing, and artistic, much like Baroque literature. The typically quiet man's words douse the argument like a cold splash of water, sending the group into a rare moment of calm. All jokes aside, I do miss them. Ever since those mad members left La Sociedad, we've had a fewer breakthroughs in stream of consciousness writing. I, for one, would gladly discuss the aesthetic value of stream of consciousness composition. I'm personally not a fan of stream of consciousness. It lacks punctuation and I'm not a fan of it. I like knowing when to breathe. I'm just scrolling through here still to see if there's anyone I recognize. Let's see. This is the longest IMDb, not IMDb, behind the voice actors page I've seen in a very long time. Jesus Christ. Using VAs a lot. It's not even necessarily new. It's just a different pool because they mostly record in London, I believe. No? It's just a different pool of agencies that they reach out to for auditions and stuff. I'm pretty sure they're European voice acting for the most part. I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure. Because I think so far the only American one. That's actually I should take that back. There's a good amount of Canadians on the cast too, from what I understand. But I think the only not the only American, but the only American I know of was Patrick for what's his name? The brother, the kind of sadistic brother of Muldir and L'Opera. I can't remember his character's name, but that guy. Other than that, I don't think I know of any. Oh, him. Yeah. That freak. Yeah. Well, that's the same voice actor as the English voice for, like, Wanderer in Genshin. Or Scaramouche. Same voice actor. Yeah. Talami. That's it. Thank you. Yeah. That's the name. Yeah. As this new topic surfaces, the inmate's voice begins to rise once again. It was a most unusual literary salon, full of emotionally charged statements and biased opinions. Doris is like, not my cup of tea. But I didn't mind it. In fact, my feeling was quite the opposite. The inmates give me an incredible feeling. Not one of them saw themselves as a prisoner stripped of their freedom. A group of literature enthusiasts coming together in an abandoned prison and collaborating to build an ideal nation. felt as though it was the result of some kind of pact. But in reality, it was clearly a government-run prison. Is a nerd in a different way than the poet freaks true. If he was playable, I wouldn't complain. You just want that entire family books. I feel like you just want Lopura, you want Moldir, and if Ptolemy comes, then yeah. I mean, Igor when. That's all I'm gonna say. Igor when. Also, an ad is about to start, so I am going to use that as a bathroom break. And to get more water, I think. Actually, I'm good for water, I think. Moldir soon, yes. Not next patch, the one after that, right? I think. Anyway, I'll use it as a bathroom break whenever it starts. Everyone quiet down. I have something to announce. Who the fuck are you? I'm skipping. All right, you got Lopura. I need to get Lopura. An unfamiliar voice cuts off the clacking typewriter in Doris's mind. A woman walks out from the far end of the darkness and steps into the center of the salon, stopping before the whiteboard and podium.
Mr. Idealist entrusted me with hosting the literature salon.
He left a letter under a stone in the corner stating that he had a personal matter to attend to. Oh, you don't have Lopura either. Oh, my bad. I can't fucking read. It's fine. I thought you said I do have Lopura. Right. Anyway, there we go. There's the ad. I will be right back. Well, dear's looking forward to for all team. There you go. Alrighty. I will see you guys in a few minutes. Welcome back. Welcome back. Sorry. Yeah, a scab. So a scab is a type of commission you can do where, there's actually a site that's just like called Scab, where you can go in and you pitch to an artist something you want done. So like I had said, I have this like Google Drive of references. I would like my model eating a bowl of soup. And then you say how much you want to pay for it. And then they either take it or they can or they'll decline it. It's one or the other. And then that's it. That's all the communication you get for the entire commission. And then you just get what you get. And so the idea is that scabs are not technically, traditionally cheaper than regular comms because you have less say. But yeah, all of my I would say early art of my model. So like my starting student screen, my BRB, and I think one of my schedule pieces were scabs, which turned out amazing. I have to say they were gorgeous. I'm very happy with them. And then ever since I've had to switch to VGen for my comms because my bank did not like me working on Skeb because everything on the Skeb site was in yen. So, but a lot of people on VGen do. That's why when you on VGen, if you see Skeb that's what they mean. They mean that you're paying for like the one-off and you don't get revisions. You don't get back and forth. It's just you pay usually less in price and you get what you get is the idea. I mean, it still has to be in the realm of like what you've asked for. Don't get me wrong. It can't just be a completely different piece, but that's the idea is that there's no it's quicker for the artist to like spit it out because they don't have to go back and forth and like fix anything. They just do whatever they think matches the prompt and then they send it. That's it. Yeah. It's been really good. It is what it is. You have to like be more choosy with the artist, I think, to make sure it's someone that kind of gets what you're aiming for. So yeah, it works out pretty good. Bloodborne. So now I'm playing a supernatural murder mystery books. You go through games really fast. Like I'm impressed. I've heard this song in a long time. I aim to do that. I have a really big fascination on a genre called Covertronica, where basically it's like music of all types, but then they remix it to either like EDM or house, and they put like a different beat under it, and they add in they just remix it basically. And there's a lot that just I'm like, oh, I'll be listening to the beat and then I hear the words and I'm like, wait, I know this song. Oh God, wait, this is from like the 90s. Okay. Hyperfixate. Yep, exactly. It makes my brain go brr. Yeah, exactly. For this session, I will now announce our next research topic. Oh, it's gonna be something stupid.
Fiction's duality in reflecting reality and the self.
Oh, that's a good topic, actually. Heavy gasps, turned heads, and uproar spreads through the audience. Clearly, this wasn't the topic they were expecting. The outrage. She raises the letter in her hand in a gesture of silence.
Like-minded fellows, aspiring writers.
Since the turn of the century, the names that once shook the literary world have gradually faded into obscurity.
Literature's been shoved aside in the world of art.
People attend theaters, cinemas, and even art galleries to enjoy paintings and sculptures, but few can finish a book. Ooh, we're being called out. When families are torn apart and our nations are ravaged by tyranny.
Let stories be our weapon. They should be the sword that cuts through the bloody truth, the beacon that lights our way forward.
I don't read. The audience falls into silence. Oof. This game shares a birthday with me. Let's go. You could try writing a Latin America War and Peace, and we can continue with our original Salon topic. The two aren't mutually exclusive. I like Garcia. Spent the whole month preparing for the topic the idealist previously proposed. If you insist on changing the subject, then I'm afraid I'll have to take my leave. Octavia, forgive me for interrupting, but this isn't the topic we agreed on. Everything you've said, we just can't do that. We haven't even figured out things for ourselves yet. Octavia, it's an interesting topic, it is, but perhaps we can talk about it another time. Besides, don't forget the reason you're in here in the first place. Preaching the novel as a weapon. Okay, so she's got like one trick. Yeah, if it weren't for your rich daddy, you'd be in the gallows, not standing here preaching to us. Oh shit. Call her out. Another prisoner stands, his voice clear. You've completely missed Miss Octavia's point. A great writer should be like an obsessive gravedigger, digging up the rotting flesh of social realism from the grave of our time. Ew. Didn't need that visual. Thank you, sir. Only this vast crucible is worthy to be the host of our literature. Okay, he's insane. That's good. You're in the right spot. At that time, Mr. Garcia looked visibly resistant as Mr. Julio issued stern reminders that Mr. Roberto attempted to mediate. More and more members joined the debate, and voices both for and against Miss Octavia's proposal emerged. It didn't take long for La Sociedad to split into two camps. Wow, that took one meeting. That was when I realized I needed to do something. Get this derailed literary salon back on the tracks.
I'm a writer. And
Please
I
allow me
mostly
to introduce
write under
myself.
the name Erd.
I'm Doris from Sao Paulo. I'm a writer, and I mostly write under the name Erd. There we go.
Erd?
That name sounds familiar.
Have you written for Atu?
Huh?
Are you the Erd in Atu?
There you go. Wow, I've never imagined we'd be welcoming such an honored guest today. I thoroughly enjoyed your piece titled The Tin Soldiers of Sao Paulo.
It's an important part of my visit to hear all the ideas and opinions. If you'll
I swear I'll
pardon
catch
my
up in a second. There's
intrusion.
just so much happening right now. Imagine reading, yeah. And tell me, Miss Erd, what are your thoughts on today's salon topic? A difficult question, one involving preference, a creative stance, and a political alignment. A scale that is never easily balanced, however, the answer has never been the most important part of such questions.
In these restless times, literature has been overlooked, forgotten, pushed to the edges of the world,
Oh, the timing with the piano key is so nice.
much like Ushuaia.
Oh god, that was so well done. Oh, I'm mad at that. Some fall into deep thought, others nod in agreement, and a few look puzzled. The audience is largely unaware that the topic has already shifted. To most, this prison at the end of the world is a distant, cold place, perhaps even a place of hopelessness. When a prisoner is first sent here, I cannot help but imagine that the first thing they feel is a stagnant pool of water and a calm, quiet despair. She seizes this chance to guide the Larry Salon back from the muddy trenches of ideology. She recalls the days of typing while looking out over the river, boats, and palm trees. Words are honest. They have no capacity to lie. Came here to gather material for my next book. Plan to record everything I experience in this place, faithfully. And what kind of work are you planning to write? A non-fiction piece, I presume? About Kamala Prison? Its theme is fate. Is it just me, or did Octavia have, like, playable vibes? That was a lot of detail on a NPC character, I'm just saying. Truly, you can tell they're all writers because they're all batshit insane, and they're really good at illustrating these points. Yeah, true. I think the idea of writing and reading, for me, I think it's also a little bit heartbreaking because for those new friends of ours that don't know, I hold a screenwriting degree. My whole thing was reading and writing. And then I hit like my mid-20s. I got diagnosed and I started the unmasking journey. And let me tell you, the way it just left. It just disappeared. The desire, the passion for it, like it was just gone. Where is this other, sorry, I'm looking for the other like glowing thing that's supposed to be on the map somewhere. Hello? Where is it? Am I blind? I might be blind. Huh. What could ever go wrong having a bunch of writers in prison? Yeah. That's what could happen. Okay, fuck it. I'm not finding it. I hate... No, it's gonna drive me nuts. Where is it? Why is there no glowy? Where's the glowy? Anyway. I'm gonna skip ahead. It's gonna drive me crazy. And it's lost a desire one day, right? It just kind of dies. I'm just wondering if that should be the last one. Okay, last one. Yeah, last one for the night. Shadows of the Living. The researcher awakens in her dune cave, which felt to her as hollow as a tomb. It was little before dawn. Stacks of tapes had eaten up her living space, filling up again and again, each of these spinning reels speaking of stories about that cottage with a blue roof. It's weird though, MC, because I can read fan fiction, like no problem. But then again, maybe even some of that I don't read properly. I skip over a little bit. Well, no. No, I don't. Well, no. I used to for a bit. You heard the voice of the murdered donkey driver behind her. I'm sorry, the what? I hear them all. The laughter and voices of generations past. Like dry leaves caught in the cracks of old walls. Rustling only when the wind blows through. I wouldn't set foot in that house if I were you.
Rugiendo solo cuando el viento sopla otra vez. No pondría un pie en esa casa si fuera tú. El mendigo al lado de la puerta.
The door-side beggar spoke too. I sleep on the porch every night. Each morning a dim light glows through the window, but no one ever leaves through the door, and no one has ever entered.
Nadie sale nunca por esa puerta. Y nadie ha entrado nunca.
Then the bank clerk's voice. It's the story of the alter ego. That house must have been filled with debts no one would return to claim. That's possible, Robo. I think maybe I just lost interest in a lot. Which could be several things. A sick-old lady, struggling in her bed, whispered, "The house remembers those days, when people vanished in the darkness of night, and children were stolen by the storms." Oh. Paracausal research had heard enough and drifted back to sleep again. There was only the rattling of the die of Babylon echoing in her hollow cave. Gallery of Bewilderment. In a deteriorating activity hall, thousands of floating slips of paper from a blurred, colossal face. It's hard to imagine how the prisoners managed to transform this place into what it is now.
I've always wanted to use the element of fantasy to better establish our theme. And I was right.
He also looks playable, I'm just saying. That's a lot of detail on a non-playable character. Also, I wanna... Okay. So, I really like the reverse 1999 style, right? But I specifically like the style in, like, you know that, the art pieces we see where it's kind of like a still frame of a scene. So, like that one of Recoleta we saw when she was, like, on the ground. That kind of thing. That is the basis for my 2.0 model. It's very, almost like painted. I'm excited to see your move. I don't think... You know how, like, the reverse characters kind of, like, just subtly, not float, but they kind of, like, slowly kind of drift? That's what I kind of want her to do a little bit. You know? All her movements are going to be very... almost dreamlike, floaty, kind of slow. Slowed down, you know? Yeah. It'll be interesting. I'm excited. I'm excited to incorporate a new model in. I didn't even until I started with stuff I liked, and boy, did that make a difference, I bet. Like idling? I mean, kind of, but it's more so just like the movements are just very... They're not like this. They're not like where everything is just kind of jiggly and there's like super physics. Like there is physics. Physics are involved. It's just they're not as quickly responsive, if that makes sense. Like a drift almost. Yeah, yeah. Kind of like there's almost like a drift.
Now the stage is captivating, the timing is perfect, and the audience is ideally placed.
Is this Patrick again?
Only one imperfect element remains in the scene. The creator, who hasn't stepped away from his creation.
Maybe not. Maybe not. It just, the way he said like one word in that other sentence, I was like, ah.
No. There's another thing.
Garcia, the curator of the exhibition, stands beneath his work, deep in thought, agonizing over every minute imperfection. His fellow poets whisper to one another.
Can you even tell any difference between today's setup and yesterday's?
Seriously, Roberta? That's a rude question.
Look at his face.
Well,
oh, right, sorry, I'm
what's
covering his
the
face.
difference then?
Diggers is here? I was just about to say, is that...
I can't see one either, but you should never judge art by how much it changes in a day. It's a creative process.
Yeah, is that him? I was gonna say, this looks like him, but he's got like vindictive shit on his face.
Show him our support.
What is happening right now?
Easy for you to say. He's been tinkering and tweaking for over 3 months. Even if
I hate how they're...
himself and
Shouldn't say hate it.
with this
They're...
exhibition, he can steal the wrong
They're
sentence.
wearing these belts a little too
gallery
fashionably,
is
no?
turning into
His
a
anecdote explains it? Oh, that's why. And didn't do the anecdote. I'm seeing ghosts, all with the same faces, Garcia. All too many. It's easy to get lost in them. Not really? Oh, okay. Noted. Thank you. Having navigated through the labyrinth, the idealist, the leader of La Sociedad, arrives at the exhibit's entrance, accompanied by several new faces and the jailer.
Idealist, you're back. Are these new recruits for La Sociedad? You must have had a very successful day.
It is good to see you, Garcia. How has your vision progressed today?
First a salon, and now an art gallery. Is this really a prison?
Her shock is evident on her face, but her words are ignored as Garcia begins to vent his frustrations.
As you can see, I've strived to push the element of fantasy in my work so that it might reach
A few
perfection.
backgrounds this version has. Oh.
But why doesn't it look like what I imagine? It's like I'm trying to work on a shadow. Some shapeless thing that morphs and shifts by the hour. Idealist, am I losing it again? I took my medicine as instructed.
It was never the pills that blinded you, my dear Garcia.
Huh.
You mustn't let tedious routine stifle what's truly
Find
alive.
space, yeah.
Remember, like those old poems, your exhibition must have a timeless rhythm that's never lost to the changing of minds.
Garcia holds out his hands as if grasping something fleeting, but fails to hold on to it. Art!
Sorry, maybe I'm just not getting it.
I'm imagining the guy from Iron
There's your
Giant.
answer.
Art!
Though the sun rises the same way every day, the multitudes of shadows it casts are ever changing. Isn't that the only constant in life? Change. We foolishly pursue stability and constancy, but our very world denies it.
Is constancy a word?
Take a step back.
I thought it would be like
Take
consistency.
several, and see the truth for yourself, lest you too become lost among the shifting shadows.
I get it now. It's the changing light that makes the exhibit seem different from what I expected.
There you go.
I shouldn't waste my time on freezing things in one perfect moment. Instead, I need to embrace change as it comes.
Oh my god, he's like a therapist, but he takes the scenic route.
I won't let you down. I must complete this exhibition.
Huh.
Complete my alter ego.
Choice of word widens the writer's eyes.
Did you say alter ego? And he called you
It's a
Garcia.
real
your name?
word. I hate it.
Garcia, where did you learn about this alter ego? Do you happen to write under the name...
Oh my god, Recoleta, we need you to chill. The creator has already returned to his work, uninterested or oblivious to his visitors. Yeah, they weren't really there.
Please, Recoleta, give our artist some space. Can't you see? He's already returned to his own time and space.
Yeah.
He can't hear a thing you say.
Nope. You don't exist
He's
in his
right.
world.
Garcia is deep in his own head now. He won't hear a thing until he's done with whatever he has to do. Even if
Don't mind my
the floor
model.
were to
Just putting my
collapse
hair
all
up in it
under us,
usually freaks her
I
out.
think he will be left standing in the air without even noticing.
Pardon me then.
Pardon me then. She takes a step back out of respect.
All right, my dear guests.
Oh,
please forgive my late introduction.
Hold on.
Welcome to the Gallery of Bewilderment.
Thank you for inviting me here, Mr. Idealist.
The Foundation's investigators have been carefully observing each prisoner's movements since they arrived. But unfortunately, there's no sign of Ms. Torres. Thank you for the
I
headphones.
imagine you're curious about what we do here, in the heart of La Sociedad de Poetas de las Americas. We're putting together a magazine, a collection of poems from Kamala, our very own Casa de las Americas.
Casa de las Americas?
The idealist nods with a smile.
Named after its great predecessor. You're a fine mind indeed. At this very moment, all our compañeros are working on it. Garcia's exhibition, Alter Ego, is centered around the birth of this magazine. And here, you can see the signatures from all the poets involved, along with a few words they've written for it. Reading it is like looking into the soul of our society.
All these signatures.
Soneto steps forward to examine the perplexing artwork in the dim lighting. The enormous face appears to be looming watchful over the entire room. A floating slip of paper catches her attention.
Timekeeper, here! It's Dr. Doris' pseudonym, Erd.
Let's go!
Then she was here.
Soneto pockets the slip of paper dutifully.
Precisely. She used to be one of us, and still is, if I may correct myself. You can ask
Still
around
is, as
here.
in...
Maybe some of our members know where she went. Don't
Oh,
we all
okay, like
miss the
honorary.
familiar faces of old friends? I'm sure they'll do everything they can to help you find yours.
Okay, so the story that we're getting on the side is completely separate timing than this one. Okay, got it. As he finishes speaking, several enthusiasts and prisoners come forward to greet the idealist.
Mr. Idealist, I finished my short story.
They know that straitjackets and chains are not jewelry, right?
Subject like a sheep floating in space. The readers can start anywhere in the story or read it in any order they like.
And please take a look at my piece off limits. Every word that has been forbidden is either erased or replaced with symbols. It's a one-of-a-kind jarring experience.
Yeah, but that's not stopping them. Wait, what?
And
What's not stopping who? What?
finished a new
Oh, the yeah. And they look fabulous. Oh, yeah. Yeah, they really are embracing it. Like they're actually turning them into fashion. Several meters of manuscript paper, like a strange sort of what?
New faces. Welcome.
Aye. Without any warning, he calmly tears the manuscript to shreds. Oh. The fluttering fragments fall like trailing sparks in the fireworks show. The abrupt welcome ceremony leaves the newcomers stunned, while the natives are share knowing smiles.
Idealist, did he just...
This is the writer for the prologue of our magazine.
He sounds tired. The leader of La Sociedad, either misunderstanding or evading the question, responds with enthusiasm.
The prologue consists of a 2,000-line poem and an introduction that is written in 86 languages to avoid misinterpretation. It represents every second we spend here.
Oh, fuck that.
Naturally, the arrival of new members disrupts its structure, and so we must begin again from scratch.
So he just tore it all up like that because he thought we were joining?
Oh god.
With all due respect, isn't this a little excessive? Heaven knows I'm not one to judge. I've torn up plenty of writing for my novel.
Please, pay it no mind. It may not be an easy task, but he's doing his part.
Oh, it's busy work. Got it.
Destruction is
Got
hard,
it.
but more necessary than you think. Without it, we'd all be stuck in a still and stagnant pond, with all the smells that entail.
This
Yum.
all sounds very complicated. When will your magazine be finished then?
I don't think that's really the point.
Forgive me, but I'm not sure what a floating sheet, a jarring reading experience, and all this constant rewriting are meant to express.
The jailer, having remained silent, takes a deep breath and interrupts.
As I've said, Komala isn't like any other prison.
Yeah, it's given up, it feels like.
Miss Jailer, do you mean...
This place also serves as a research center. And the prisoners here, for all they claim, are not just poets.
It'll never end.
They are Arcanist criminals, and each one of them has been diagnosed as mentally ill.
The leader of La Sociedad remains composed, like an island in a rough sea, leaving the onlookers to question whether he is entirely mad or the sanest of them all.
You're quite right, Jailer. But let's not forget that mental illness is merely a deviation from the norm. And who decides the norm? You, the physician, or the ones outside these walls? We've been exiled here by the standards of our time, deprived of our roles in the outside world. So please, as we agreed before, I ask you not to interfere with the affairs of La Sociedad.
These people are visitors, not your new recruits.
But should we not hear their thoughts first?
I like how he's like, what if they want it? The idealist turns toward the visitors with an urgent plea.
My friends, no one escapes the eye of power. We must
I'm so glad it
resist.
mentioned that.
Stand with us. Pick up your pen and take poetry as your shield before it is too late.
Because I noticed there was an eye drawn on the pool in the first background.
I admire your fight, but I came here with a different goal.
The leader of La Sociedad, caught in his fervor, ignores her words and carries on. Oh, there it is.
We're the last true owners of an old legend, words now only remembered as myth. We must stay on the path of literature until I find that transcendental solution. To invent an idiom that is generic, all-encompassing, yet precise. My poem will be written in this language, leaving no room for doubt or misinterpretation. How blessed is a man with infallible memory. He holds the finer details of each object within him, more vivid than anyone else. In the end, he'll have all the answers, if time allows him.
A dreamlike expression crosses his face. Briefly seems as if he has become an entirely different person. But his vision is soon interrupted.
Sweet tongue, sister, howls, hermaphrodite, tango.
Good.
They put the whole city in the nut house.
Ah.
Timekeeper, look over there.
Isn't that the prologue writer?
There's something off about him. Please, Timekeeper, stay away from him.
What's happening?
Idealist, Pablo's having another episode.
Multiples of us. You make reality sick.
Oh, flash for arcane energy flares up, and the jailer steps into the crowd
I
reactively.
could use your help, ladies.
Oh. Well, guess we'll see if this is a problem.
Oh, I got it now.
La acumulación de laberintos. Suéltalo todo una vez más.
Jesus. I swear they make these animations longer and longer.
Just enough message. What I'm good at.
This'll help.
These sheets are my wings. Huh, a truly villainous moment.
Under attack.
Charging. Yes,
Lucy's just like,
I got this.
do you mind?
Rise and shine. Do I have to do this? Laundry time.
Target confirmed.
Oh, there we go. That's pretty decisive.
That weren't even as tough as waking up an old factory man.
The frenzied prisoner is subdued. He lies convulsing in the center of the exhibit hall.
Poor soul. I'll bring him to bed. Well done, ladies. Aren't you full of surprises?
Yeah.
What was all that?
It seems he had a mental breakdown and lost control of his arcane skill. It appears that every line he recited carried unbridled power.
Usually, only specific lines can channel arcane energy. You can't just force the power into words or craft a poem to serve your purpose. Pablo must have a rare gift for identifying empowered lines. When he recited them all aloud, they overwhelmed him.
That's right. He's a genius who rides the tides of emotion, just like Arthur Rimbaud. We always keep a close eye on him to make sure he doesn't recite anything while reading or writing.
Roberta trades glances between the tense jailer and her visitors.
But sometimes things slip through.
Clearly, yeah.
You must understand how difficult it is for a poet to never taste the words on his own lips.
I'm the only person
So
that never
then,
used to
this
read it
isn't
loud.
the first time, and
Even
you're
my own
all
stuff.
fully aware of it. Do I understand you right? Did you just admit that you've been hiding an inmate with a dangerous condition from us? According to the safety
No.
regulations for the Panopticon of Kamala, he must be sent to the physician for immediate treatment.
Okay, maybe. Jailer's command causes a dramatic shift in the room.
No, wait. We can explain. He's doing fine. We know how to help. This was
He's
just
fine.
an accident.
He's fine.
We got distracted by the new members.
We won't be handing him over to the physician. No true writer would allow their mind, the most sacred palace of their thoughts, to be opened up to that cold-hearted, ignorant butcher.
I only see poets.
Even one who believes
writers,
their
not
inspiration
patient
flows from a
personnel.
source beyond the mere substance of a brain would refuse it.
It's starting to make me wonder who this physician is, and now I'm starting to think it might be Aleph. Jailer furrows her brows and pulls out her weapon. The air tightens into something that I missed. Okay. And that is where we end for the night. But it is late. And I have work. And I'm getting sleepy. Oh, wait. Wait. No. Let me out. Fuck.
It looms over us, yet each of us may hold the power to steer its course.
If I hit skip, can I play this again? I can't, can I? Contradiction since fate should also be... You could. Can I? Sad trombone, right? There's gotta be a way to play it again. Because you can play everything else again. Anyway. I'm not heartbroken about missing one, it's fine. Anyway.
You've really hit on the sweet spot here.
Oh my god. Okay. Let's grab all our shit. How are we doing for pulls, by the way? I will leave this open because my farming, I can take care of my dailies that way. Alright, so I can stay there. I throw me over here. And let's see who is still online. Oh god. So many have come online. Oof. There's too many. Okay. Okay. Maybe someone we haven't seen in a bit. Let's see. Oh, I know where we can go. We can go to another reverse streamer who's not currently playing reverse, but does do it quite often. We are going to go say hi to Age, who I met Age through Josh when we were doing a gacha game show, like a gacha trivia game show. And Age is the one who got given an easy question to do with another contestant. And the question was, how many in basketball, how many points do you get if you sink a 3-point throw? And they said 4. They jointly together said 4. Everyone else in this room stared at them and was screaming and was like, what do you mean? And they still locked in that answer. And then they lost. I love Age. But let me do the wrap-up command. Or Maritime, if you're here, if you could do the wrap-up command, that would be fantastic. I'll get that queued up. There we go. Okay, I got it. There we go. There we go. If any of our new friends would like to join us on the Discord, we do have that there. I will probably do some 11 Deep Space in there this weekend as we wrap up the Caleb birthday event because it's some free shit. I do have some Silas cards and I think a few Raphael cards to do. No, definitely Caleb cards. I might do some stuff in there because I need to get the gems, but might do some of that. Maybe do some reverse dailies, that kind of stuff. But otherwise, thank you guys for joining me. I appreciate it. I'll be back on Friday, also at 7 o'clock p.m. for some hand cam. We're doing bookbinding. We're doing Coptic binding again, but I found it from the original channel that I got the first tutorial from, which I really enjoyed. I just followed it a lot better. So we're going to try that one, and we're going to do a few amendments to it to see if maybe it sticks together a little bit better. Not that the other one was bad. It still works. It's just, you know, it was very frustrating. So hopefully this one will not be. So yeah, grab the first message followers, second message subbies. We're gonna go say hi to Age, who is currently playing Claire Obscure, which apparently is a fantastic story. I've not done it, but I will see you guys over there, and I'll see you on Friday. Have a good night, Souplings. Bye.